court you need to watch during the game. They're on the first and third base sides. The first base side's probably closer.
I guarantee you they're going to win a powder coat.
Second game, and there was like no one here. That was the Frontier. Yep. So that, I think the Rippers were the first Canadian team in the league, and they didn't last. However, there's now like 2 or 3 Canadian teams in Frontier that have lasted. So there's a team in Ottawa, there's a team in Quebec City, and there's a team in Quebec. And in fact, the Quebec team last year won the league championship. Wow.
Why we don't go to
the Rippers in the last, but they started
the Empire's still on there,
of that
and they have to do a full team introduction.
It's just an independent league. They consider professional, but they're not affiliated with any MLB team.
Yeah, for sure. Going it long, so smooth. Let him walk out of the field a little bit.
At least it led to that, right?
Well, here they go.
Yeah, and then it went right there, yeah.
Breaks the man in black.
I'm surprised they're not wearing the light blue uniform, because even if it's an afternoon, they'll do it because it's cooler.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this afternoon's game, the courtesy of home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm. Third base umpire is Mike Woodrow. First base umpire is Ian
The Mariners come out, they exchange the lineup terms. You see the guys got the paper in his hand? They'll still come and change it. They'll get the refund lineup. Then if they make a change, they have to change it on the card.
Also, the ceremonial
They submit the lineup to the PA people before. All the Hamilton guys are behind the pitcher, just waiting. Probably the bullpen.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to beautiful Labatt Memorial Park for the annual Pack the Park game between the Hamilton Cardinals and the London Majors. It's a beautiful day at the Forks of the Thames, and we're thrilled to have you with us live on MajorsTV as London gets set to take on Hamilton for the second time this year. Welcome inside the Game Day London broadcast booth for the BP8 Fitness pregame show. My name is Dylan Baker, and we'd be remiss if we didn't start off the show by wishing a very happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there watching us from home. We appreciate you tuning in, and thank you for everything you continue to do for us. For the Majors today, they take on a Cardinals team that's scuffling, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But London's coming off a big 7-5 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs on Friday night. They got the scoring started early on off of Jesse Hodges, a couple of runs in the first, while Michael Simpson was up here for an interview in the second inning. The Majors put up a 4 spot, and they were sitting comfortably for the majority of that game. A great outing once again by our Nuthers player of the game on Friday, Travis Keys. The stellar lefty had another fantastic performance, pitching 7 innings of 1-run ball, only allowing 5 hits. Tristan Osika made an impact at the plate. He had 3 hits in the ball game. A really terrific performance. In the 9th inning, the Maple Leafs made it close. After scoring a quick run in the 8th, they were able to add a couple of more in the 9th inning, and the final score ended up at 7-5 in favor of the London Majors. Keys getting getting the victory in that contest. Jesse Hodges getting saddled with the loss. The Majors, with that win, moved to 8-3 on this young season. Only 11 games in, they now sit in second place in the Intercounty Baseball League standings, just one game behind the Welland Jackfish, who are 9-1 in their last 10 games and have won 7 in a row for the Majors. It's back-to-back wins after they beat Barrie on Sunday. They took down the Toronto Maple Leafs on Friday night. And for more on the current status of the Majors, I had a chance to sit down with Majors manager Roop Chanderdat pregame for today's Roop's Report. Alongside Majors manager Roop Chanderdat ahead of this Pack the Park game. Roop, it's going to be a great time on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you and all the other Majors dads out there. Does it ever get old playing in front of such a big crowd like this, an excited crowd on Father's Day?
First of all, thanks for the happy Father's Day. It's a sunny day, baseball field, love it. But the Father's Day game, it means so much to, just because father-son baseball, Labatt Park, everything. A lot of fans really enjoyed this game.
Friday night, you guys had an exciting one against the Toronto Maple Leafs. A lot of runs scored early. The run scoring kind of tailed off, and then in the ninth inning, things got adventurous, but you pulled out the win. What did you think of your team's effort on Friday night?
First of all, it's hard in this league to get wins. And every team's good. You always have to scratch it out. We're happy with the win. We'd like to shore up that bullpen a little bit, especially the walk. That's what's hurting us right now. But offensively, the boys came out. I said, let's get on them early. We did, and then we manufactured a run late. So overall, pleased with the performance.
Last question for you, Roop. Taking on a Hamilton team today that is struggling right now. They've lost 5 games in a row, but it's no secret they're a good squad. What do you have to do to beat them this afternoon?
Hamilton is a good squad. So we talked about it, they've had a long weekend. We want to get on them early. I always tell our guys, we want to score early, give our pitchers a lead so we can attack the zone and go at it. So our plan is to score early and stay aggressive all game.
Thanks, Roop. Good luck today.
Thanks for having me.
Back now at Labatt Park as the full team gets introduced for the London Majors. You heard Majors manager Roop Chanderdat talk about it there. This is a very good Hamilton team despite their recent run of games. They've lost 5 games in a row after starting the year 6-2. They were right near the top of the IBL standings, and since then they have really struggled to find their footing, including a loss yesterday at the hands of the Brantford Red Sox by a score of 6-3, and a loss on Friday night against the Kitchener Panthers on home soil. Hamilton still trying to find their game under field manager Chris Piano. This is a team that's got lots of talent, lots of young talent, and they're going to look to bring that here today and stifle a pretty large Majors crowd, take the energy and enthusiasm out of them early, and that's going to be their real key to success. Their other key to success finds himself on the mound as we take a look at our pitching matchup in today's game, brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing. For the Hamilton Cardinals, it is Corbin Peters. Peters is making his first start of the 2024 season. He's appeared in 4 games as a reliever and pitched in 3 1/3 innings. You look at the numbers there, has not allowed an earned run so far this season. 13.5 strikeouts per 9, 2.7 walks per 9. 5 strikeouts, just 1 walk in his 3 1/3 innings pitched this year for the Hamilton Cardinals. He's in his 3rd season in Hamilton, a career .393 earned run average. Only 7 starts, so we're not quite sure what we're going to get in terms of pitches from Corbin Peters today. Not sure what the pitch limit is on him, but we'll see as the day progresses. We know what we're going to get from Jose Arias on the other side for the London Majors. A 2-2 record on the season, an ERA at 4.91, which is a little bit elevated from where the Majors would expect and where the Majors would like it to be, but a lot of that has to do with just some plain old bad luck. If you look at fielding independent pitching, which is an advanced statistic measuring solely the pitcher's performance without the fielding stats, Arias is actually around 2.3, which looks a lot better for Jose and is a lot more like the Jose Arias that Majors fans and the Majors coaching staff is familiar with. The strikeouts per 9 number is still good for Jose Arias this year at 10.31, and he's averaging 3.93 walks per 9 this season. Should be a pretty good matchup on the mound here today. I was talking to Hamilton Cardinals broadcaster Neil Srivastawa earlier this afternoon, and he was telling me as Cleveland Brownlee gets introduced here to a rousing applause from the home crowd. Cleveland goes out with Cleveland Jr. Just to go back to what I was mentioning earlier, I was talking to Neil Srivastawa this afternoon, and he was telling me that a lot of the plans for this weekend went out the window in their first couple of games this weekend when the Cardinals had to use some arms they perhaps did not intend on using. So that has left them with Corbin Peters getting the ball here this afternoon and a potential bullpen day against a Majors offense that has been flying pretty high recently. They scored 14 runs on Sunday against the Barrie Bay Cats at Vintage Throne Stadium in Barrie, and then they scored 7 against the Toronto Maple Leafs yesterday, 6 of which came in the first 2 innings. The Majors really had a hard time putting runs on the board after that point, but early on they got on Jesse Hodges, and it led to them developing a cushion that Travis Keys was able to work with ease, and he pitched a stellar ball game en route to a Majors victory. You see the Majors wearing their specialty jerseys on our Game Day London mobile camera. Some orange representing Foxwood Homes, who is the proud sponsor of Pack the Park Day. We should have an exciting first pitch coming up, but for now we're going to take a quick break. This has been the Pregame Show, sponsored by BP8 Fitness, functional strength training for every body.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
For prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 21...
There was Brandon Pruss, the owner of BP8 Fitness, to throw out this ceremonial first pitch here on Pack the Park Day, sponsored by Foxwood Homes. It is great to be with you on a beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. I was talking to a couple of people before the game today, and over the past couple of seasons, there's been some bad weather on Pack the Park Day. There's been some rain in the mornings a couple of years ago. Very, very hot Pack the Park Day last year. That has caused some issues in terms of getting fans out to the ball game, but it is not too hot out today. The sun is shining. It is just gorgeous, and we're thrilled to have you with us watching live on Majors TV. Once again, a happy Father's Day to everybody tuning in as the Majors get set to take the field here shortly to take on the Hamilton Cardinals. These two teams matched up once before this season. It was in London on Sunday, May 26th. That ended up being an 8-5 victory in favor of the London Majors in that contest. You get a look at Majors manager Roop Chanderdat. And early on, we've got some discussions with the umpires. Chris Piano, the field manager for the Hamilton Cardinals, went out to talk to the home plate umpire and crew chief Chris Wilhelm, who is now relaying a message to Majors skipper Roop Chanderdat on the sideline. The umpires for today's game, as mentioned, Chris Wilhelm is the home plate umpire and the crew chief today. The third base umpire is Mike Guthrow, and Dean Oberle is over at first base as the first base umpire here this afternoon. On May 26th, when the Cardinals were taking on the Majors, it was Travis Keys getting the start for London. Went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned 5 strikeouts. The Cardinals have yet to see Jose Arias this season. Earlier on this year in the exhibition games between the two teams, the Majors made a point to actually not show the Cardinals Arias or Victor Payano because they had expected that they may be used throughout the regular season against this Cardinals squad, and that is exactly what we're going to get here as we welcome you once again to the Game Day London broadcast booth. And you get a look at the Majors taking the field on our Game Day London mobile camera to a good applause from this home crowd. A healthy crowd. 5,500 tickets were claimed, and I was warned that not all of those tickets actually end up getting used by fans. So I would say there's probably at least 3,000 here right now, and lots of folks still filing in as we get set for baseball. Jose Arias takes the mound for the London Majors once again here today. Arias, the ace throughout the 2022 championship run, returns to the Majors pitching staff this season, and you may have seen it in his numbers at the top. A little bit of a down year up to this point for the Majors right-hander. Arias looking to return to form and lower that ERA just a little bit. It's currently sitting at 4.91 as we speak. He's 2-2 on the year in 3 starts. His whip is at 1.42, which is not overly concerning, perhaps a little bit higher than where he'd like it. His last outing was right here on Friday night last weekend against the Barrie Baycats. The Majors fell in that game by a score of 4-0. Arias pitched 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Arias really, there was one bad pitch with the bases loaded against the Barrie Baycats. The ball was sent to the fence, and it was a bases clearing double for Barrie, which allowed the Baycats to get on the board against Jose Arias. They added one more later in the ball game, and the Majors took the loss in that contest. Frank Garces was fantastic on the other side for the Barrie Baycats. So Arias trying to get his Majors a victory here today. It's been mixed results, as mentioned, for the former Chicago Cubs and Miami Marlins prospect. Only reached A ball. Pitched from the Dominican Summer League to Single A in the minor leagues in 91 games in the minors. 38 of them were starts, had a 3.32 earned run average. As Chris Wilhelm and Roop Chanderdat still discussing things prior to today's game. Looks like a little bit of frustration, perhaps, for the two sides right now as we rapidly approach first pitch. We're glad you're with us on this Sunday afternoon for baseball. The Majors with the orange numbers, orange lettering on the jerseys representing Foxwood Homes, their sponsor, and a different hat today, as you see on Majors manager Roop Chanderdat, who walks back to the dugout. A white hat with the Pack the Park logo on the front and the Majors logo situated on the back of the cap. Just really to accentuate how special this day is and how exciting it is for the London Majors to once again welcome fans in for free. It's a really exciting time at Labatt Memorial Park when all these fans get to come to the ballpark for free. There's no charge. You claim your ticket. You spend a great afternoon with Dad watching the Majors take on usually it's a pretty close game between a pretty good opponent in the Majors. Today it's the Hamilton Cardinals once again. Brandon Nicholson, you get a look at him there on our Game Day London mobile camera. He's the leadoff man for the Hamilton Cardinals. Always a base-stealing threat. Came over to Hamilton last year in a trade with the Welland Jackfish as Jose Arias wraps up his warm-ups with his final pitch being thrown now. and Eduardo DeOlio executes the throw down to second base. We are nearly ready for baseball between the Majors and the Hamilton Cardinals. Took us a little bit of a longer time to get there today with the player introductions for the entire team and then some controversy early on, but Nicholson is getting set in the batter's box, and we are nearly ready for baseball between the London Majors and the Hamilton Cardinals. Nicholson in center field today for Hamilton. Batting .237 on the year as Jose Arias rocks into the windup and delivers the first pitch of the ball game. It will miss high for ball one. First pitch at 1:19 p.m. 14 minutes after scheduled time of first pitch. Here comes the 1-0. That's upstairs as well. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Arias took a few extra warm-up tosses in this first inning just because it had been a while since he had thrown in the bullpen with all those introductions and first pitches and national anthem as well, as that one's in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now to the Hamilton center fielder. Two-one home. Finds the outside corner. Quickly 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nicholson. Beautiful day for baseball. 24 degrees and sunny. Feels like 26 with the humidity as Arias looks to put away Nicholson on the 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jose Arias, a quick strikeout to begin this ball game and get the crowd right into it early. Arias couldn't locate the fastball in the first couple of pitches, found the strike zone, and then puts Brandon Nicholson away with the breaking ball on 2-2. So that'll bring up Connor Hicks. Hicks listed as a catcher online. He is in left field today, and they're just trying to get him in the lineup any way they can. He's 7 for 19 in 5 games this season. He fouls off the first pitch he sees straight back to the backstop. It's 0-1. Hicks has 1 home run, 3 runs batted in, has struck out 3 times and walked once in his 5 games. Here comes the 0-1 from Arias. Inside and low for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one will miss low and inside to Hicks. 2-1. Hicks stands 6'1", 215 pounds, native of Toronto, Ontario. 2-1 home from Arias. Hicks belts this one to right field. Byron Rightshine a couple of steps to his right, and he's able to haul this one in for the second out. Let's take a look now at the Hamilton Cardinals lineup for today's game. You saw Nicholson and Hicks. Tyler Duncan, the reigning IBL MVP and the shortstop, is in the 3 spot. He is coming up to the plate right now. Luis Bernardo batting in the cleanup spot. He's the catcher and one of the assistant coaches for the Cardinals, followed by Dennis Day Banning, Zach Marriott, local guy Josh Niles in the 7th spot, Keeler Loveridge, Cole Intomasi round things out in this Hamilton lineup, and Corbin Peters on the mound for the Cardinals here today as Duncan settles into the batter's box. First pitch from Arias, breaking ball, swung on and missed by Duncan. It's 0-1. Duncan batting .365 on the year, has played in 12 of the Cardinals' 14 games this season. 13 games, I should say. 4 home runs already in the early going for Duncan. That pitch will miss low and inside, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Into the windup, rocks Arias. Here comes the 1-1. That one scorched right back up the middle, just out of the reach of the dive of Tristan Osika, and Tyler Duncan has a 2-out single to get the Cardinals into the hit column. So Hamilton with a first inning base runner here. Duncan standing over at first for Luis Bernardo, the experienced catcher for the Cardinals. Bernardo spent 5 years in the minor leagues with the Baltimore Orioles. Hamilton general manager George Halim before the season said the leadership qualities for Luis Bernardo are unmatched, and he's a terrific defensive catcher as well. Part of the reason that Bernardo is now a player and an assistant coach on this Cardinals squad. That first pitch from Jose Arias will miss high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Arias. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Bernardo from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic, same hometown as Majors left fielder Starling Joseph. Arias looks in for the sign from DeOlio as Duncan takes his lead over at first. Arias will step off and look him back for his first disengagement of this plate appearance. Duncan, 3 stolen bases on the year, has not been caught yet this season. We'll see if he's on the move as he extends his lead. Not running. Here's the pitch inside corner. Arias finds it, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 out. Arias looking to strand the runner at first and get the Majors onto the bats. Here's the 1-2. Off the plate outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Arias was able to put away Brandon Nicholson with that breaking ball to lead off the ball game, but could not get the chase there from the experienced Bernardo. Gets the sign he wants from DeOlio, and they will try again here on 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled off by Bernardo, able to fight this one. It will go over the bleachers towards the food trucks and all the activities just outside of the grandstand here at Labatt Park. Two and two, 2 out. Duncan stands over at first base. Luis Bernardo about to face the 6th pitch of this at-bat. Offering on its way from Arias. Does not chase the off-speed yet again. In the same spot as the one a couple of pitches ago, and Bernardo did not swing. Count is full here with 2 away, so Tyler Duncan will be off on the pitch from first base. Arias shakes once, then gets the sign he wants. Here comes the 3-2. That one hit hard towards third base. It's a fair ball down the line. Duncan with the running start. He's charging towards third. He's going to get the wave and be sent home. The throw from Starling Joseph will be cut off by Plaz, and the Hamilton Cardinals get on the board first. It's an RBI double for Luis Bernardo in the top of the first inning. That's perhaps a much different play if the count is not 3-2 and Duncan doesn't get that running start. There may have been a play at the plate, or maybe they would have even held Tyler Duncan at third base. But because he was able to get moving on the full count with 2 outs, he's going to come in to score. No real shot for Victor Plaz. That one hit hard down the line by Bernardo, past the arm of Plaz and into left field. So Hamilton gets on the board first in this contest, the start that they were hoping for, riding this 5-game losing streak. Bernardo takes his lead off of second. Relatively big as Krasminski sneaks in behind him. Dennis Day batting at the plate. He swings through the first pitch and is behind 0-1 in the count. Day batting, the number 5 hitter for the Hamilton Cardinals. On its way. Breaking ball. Day batting hits this one pretty well to left field, but it's right at Starling Joseph, who makes the catch to retire the side. So the Hamilton Cardinals, they get 1 run on a pair of hits from Tyler Duncan and Luis Bernardo, and they head into the bottom of the first inning with a 1-0 lead here on this Sunday afternoon. The start the Cardinals were hoping for. Arias, you see a little bit of frustration there, not able to put away Luis Bernardo, who put together a pretty good at-bat, faced 7 pitches, and on the 7th, he was able to take it down the left field line for an extra base hit to score Tyler Duncan. As the Majors get set to hit, let's take a look at their starting lineup in this afternoon's game. The Majors looking to ride the offensive success of the early contest yesterday and of Sunday in Barrie. Champ Garner will lead things off, and Majors manager Roop Chandradat has had nothing but glowing reviews of Garner as of late. He is on a hot streak and looking to continue that here on this Father's Day. Tristan Osika is in the number 2 spot. He is the shortstop this afternoon after a stellar performance on Friday night. Starling Joseph in his customary 3-hole spot. He's the left fielder today. Caden Cardoso is at first base. Batting cleanup, Eduardo DeOlio. Batting 5th, he is the catcher. Batting 6th is Byron Reichstein, the right fielder for the Majors. Reichstein was not in Friday's lineup, but is here and ready to go for the Majors today. Cleveland Brownlee bats 7th, I should say, as the designated hitter. Victor Plaz batting 8th, the third baseman. And Gibson Krasminski draws back into the lineup after not playing on Friday night. He is at second base, batting 9th in today's contest. The Majors getting set to face Corbin Peters on the mound. Peters facing the Majors, I believe, for the first time this season, if I'm not mistaken. Peters has only allowed 1 hit in the early going this year. Correction, he pitched in that May 26th game. That was his first outing of the year. Allowed 1 unearned run on 1 hit. Walked a batter, faced 6 overall in that inning. Peters, a guy who's familiar with the Majors, has faced them many times before across his 3 Intercounty Baseball League seasons. Only 2 starts per year, really, for him. 2 starts in the playoffs in 2022. A stellar start in the 2023 playoffs for Corbin Peters, where he pitched 8 innings, allowed 5 hits and 1 run, walked 2 and struck out 9 against the Barrie Baycats. Cardinals did end up falling in that series as Barrie made it all the way to the IBL finals against the Welland Jackfish. Throw down to second is complete. Peters going to talk things over with the home plate umpire, Chris Wilhelm, before he gets underway. He'll face Garner, Osika, and Starling Joseph. Garner, plenty of speed for the Majors in that leadoff spot. A little bit of power as well. He hit a home run against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers in the team's first matchup this season. Garner hitting .303 overall in the season, 10 for 33 in 11 games. That one on the outside corner for strike 1. He has played in all 11 games the Majors have contested this year, but did not start in the season opener against the Toronto Maple Leafs. 0-1. Garner lines that one straight back to the screen. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Garner's got 3 doubles and a triple as well this season. Here's the 0-2 from Peters. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Corbin Peters makes quick work of Champ Garner as the high fastball gets him swinging, and there's 1 quick out in the bottom of the first inning. So that'll bring up Tristan Osika. Osika, who had a good game on Friday night for the Majors, drove home a pair of runs. He's 5 for 8 since joining the Majors. Osika, former Hamilton Cardinal. You'll hear from him a little bit later on in the broadcast. I had a chance to interview him prior to today's game. That one finds the outside corner. It's 0-1. Peters ready on the rubber. Peeks down and delivers. That one finds the zone as well. So quickly, Corbin Peters ahead of Tristan Osika, 0-2. A breath from the right-hander and the delivery. Osika fouls that one back to stay alive in this count. No balls, 2 strikes. Setting up high, here's the pitch to Osika. It will miss up, and it's 1-2. Bernardo gave a very high target, trying to emphasize where he wanted that pitch from Peters. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch on its way. Just a little bit low, and it is 2-2 to Osika. Cardinals weren't in town for Pack the Park last year, but they were in town for Canada Day, and they led 4-0 going into the late innings on Canada Day last year before the Majors mounted a comeback and won that game 5-4. 2-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Osika hits that one hard and through the hole for a base hit. So Tristan Osika is aboard with a 1-out single, and the Majors have their first base runner. You may notice right there, Roop Chanada, the third base coach for the Majors yet again today. He did that in Barrie on Sunday. Majors won the game, so he kept it up on Friday against Toronto. Another win, and he's back there again today. Coaching third as Starling Joseph saunters into the batter's box. Joseph, in his 3rd season with the Majors, I mention it every game, he's become quite the fan favorite, always having a good time, always dancing and interacting with fans. Hitting .340 on the year, 1 home run, 12 runs batted in as Peters, the right-hander, gets set on the mound. Osika bouncing at first. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss from Joseph for strike 1. Peters has been ahead of every batter he's faced up to this point. A long hold. Joseph tried to call time, couldn't do it. He was a little bit too late, and now he's behind 0-2. Peters held on a while there, trying to mess with the timing of the runner at first, Osika, and Joseph reached the arm back, but Peters was already into the windup, so time was not granted by the home plate umpire. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball, Joseph skies this one to straightaway center field. A couple of steps in for Brandon Nicholson, and he will make the catch for the second out of the bottom of the first inning. Routine fly ball for Nicholson. Good breaking ball there from Corbin Peters, and Joseph got under it. So with 2 away, that'll bring up Caden Cardoso. Cardoso's been one of the pleasant surprises for the majors this season, hitting .348. Has homered 3 times. But if you ask Cardoso, it's been a little too long since his last home run. First pitch from Peters. That one misses for ball 1. Native of Abbotsford, British Columbia, Cardoso last hit a home run on May 21st in Chatham against the Barnstormers. That was 3 straight games with a home run for the big left-handed bat. That one misses, and it's 2-0 to Cardoso. Cardoso was credited with a double yesterday. That was his first extra base hit of the season that was not a home run. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Cardoso rips this one right field, moving in the right fielder. Debatting, it'll bounce in front of him. And Caden Cardoso's got a 2-out single to extend the inning. Strong throw from Debatting there, and it will keep Tristan Osika at second base. So 2 on, 2 out, and the power hitting catcher, Eduardo Deolio, is the next man up for the London Majors. Deolio, a bit of a slow start to the year, has ramped things up recently. 12 for 47 on the season. 4 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Has 2 doubles as well. Majors would take a single. Anything on the ground in the outfield scores Osika with his speed. Peters ready on the rubber. Here's the pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike to Deolio. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Offering on its way, Deolio lines that one straight back to the screen, and quickly he's behind 0-2. Peters has thrown 17 pitches so far in this first inning, 13 of them strikes. He's got a very good ratio on that front. 0-2, 2 out. Runner in scoring position for the Majors, trying not to leave him stranded. Peters will step off. His first disengagement of the inning. Was not quite ready to throw that pitch, wanted to rethink things, and so steps off the rubber. The right-hander sets. Kicks and delivers. The 0-2 off the plate outside, 1-2. Peters and the Cardinals trying to avoid anything close to Deolio. Those inside pitches are some that he can drive. 1-2 count. Peters trying to put away the Majors catcher, and Deolio asks for time. Pitch is delivered by Peters anyway, as he had just begun the delivery, was not looking when time was called, and was too late to stop things. Always safer to throw that pitch rather than stop abruptly and potentially injure your arm, so Peters threw it anyway. 1-2, 2 out. Osika at second, Cardoso at first. A breath from Peters and the delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Corbin Peters escapes the jam as the fastball gets blown by Eduardo Deolio, and he'll strand a pair of runners in the bottom of the first inning. We're through 1 complete here from Labatt Park on Majors TV. The Cardinals lead it 1-0.
If there's guys on base, I'm trying to create the situation in my head. Corey Hunter taught me that. Create it in your mind, where you're throwing the ball, what you're doing in this situation. When it happens, you're just reacting. Defense, you can always make a play. You always have an opportunity. You never know what ball's going to get hit to you. it's always a good feeling when you're running down balls for your pitcher. You look forward to running balls and robbing home runs. Nothing more satisfying than making a dive play or a big play.
Back here at Labatt Park for the second inning between the London Majors and the Hamilton Cardinals on this Father's Day. We're thrilled you're with us for this matchup between two of the top teams in the Inter-County Baseball League. Cardinals looking to get off the schneid and snap their 5-game losing streak as we welcome you back to the Game Day London broadcast booth here. Jose Arias, a pretty solid first inning for the Majors. Only allowed the 1 run. It was a hard base hit from Luis Bernardo, and with 2 outs and a full count, Tyler Duncan, the runner over at first base, was on the move, and he came around to score. Could it have been a different situation? Perhaps he does not come around to score on that play, but he does score the first run for the Hamilton Cardinals, and they lead 1-0. Both teams with 2 hits in the early going, but Corbin Peters able to strand a pair of runners, Osika and Cardoso. As Arias gets set for the second inning, he'll have to face Zach Marriott, Josh Niles, and Koehler Loveridge. In the Cardinals order, it's 6, 7, and 8. First pitch from Arias to Marriott is cut on and missed for strike 1. Zach Marriott hitting .327, has played every single game for the Cardinals this year. 0-1 on its way. In the air, foul territory. That one drifting and will get out of play, foul. Marriott 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Walked twice, struck out 8 times. Here's the 0-2 from Arias. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The high fastball sets down Zach Marriott. And there's one away here in the top of the second inning. Good sequencing there for Jose Arias. Got a swinging strike in the first pitch, a foul ball in the next one, and then put him away with the high fastball. I'm just noticing this now. Those powder blue jerseys for the Cardinals say the Birds on them. A unique look for Hamilton. That'll bring up Josh Niles. Niles from St. Thomas, Ontario, just outside of London. Here's the pitch. Niles in the air, foul territory. That one will get out of play. It's a foul ball. Niles 6 for 25 since he came over from Canisius for this IBL season. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Line drive right back up the middle, and Josh Niles has a 1-out single to center field. As the Cardinals get their 3rd hit of the ball game already in this second inning. So 1 on, 1 out, and that'll bring up Koehler Loveridge. Loveridge, the designated hitter in the ball game today, has struggled to start the season. He is 2 for 26, hitting just .115 on the year. First pitch to Loveridge is up and in with the fastball from Arias for ball 1. Arias seemed to have a little bit of trouble landing there, reworking the mound a little bit. 1-0 count, 1 out. Niles stands over at first. Here's the pitch. That one upstairs, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Arias dealing with the bottom of the Cardinals order. Looking to work back in the count. Quick throw over to first base. Back with the dive is Niles. He's safely there. Hitters count for Loveridge. Arias sets. Niles the lead off of first. Here's the pitch. That one misses low. 3-0 the count to Koehler Loveridge here. Cole Ian Tomasi is on deck. The third baseman, should the inning, or I suppose the inning will continue, should Loveridge reach base via the base on balls. 3-0 count. Arias trying to work his way back. Here's the pitch. That one finds the zone for strike one. Arias had a feeling Loveridge was not going to be swinging on 3-0 and threw one right down Main Street. Loveridge still in control on the 3-1 count. Arias sets and delivers. That one misses upstairs for ball four. So after the Niles single, Koehler Loveridge works a walk, and there's two runners on for the number 9 hitter, Cole Ian Tomasi. One for 8 this season, Ian Tomasi. 2 runs batted in. And now there's going to be a little bit of a conference on the mound here as Majors pitching coach Brent Wales will head out to talk to his starter as the entire infield will come in. A quick strikeout for Arias to start the inning. Got Zach Marriott on just 3 pitches. Then Josh Niles hit a hard single to center field, and then Koehler Loveridge walked after getting ahead 3-0, then 3-1, took ball 4. So Arias trying to lock back in, find the strike zone here. Ty White on Friday night talked to Victor Plaz, who you see on your screen there, doing a lot of the translation for the Majors in those pitching conferences as he is trilingual. Speaks English, French, and Spanish. Plaz from Montreal, Quebec. So Cole Ian Tomasi in the batter's box, the right-handed hitter to face Jose Arias. Arias at 31 pitches through an inning and a third. Here's the offering from the right-hander. In the dirt, blocked by DeOlio. No movement from the runners. Breeze picking up just a little bit here at Labatt Park. Picture perfect day for baseball. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. It's 1-1. See some fans camped out in right field. High enough on that small little hill that they can see over the fence by the pile of wood chips that remains there. Here's the 1-0. That one ripped to left field. It's going to get down, and it's going to be trouble for the Majors. Around third, charging for home is Josh Niles. Here's the throw from Joseph. It'll come to third base, but it's too late. Plaza relay to second, but in there safely is Ian Tomasi. It's a double for the Cardinals' third baseman, and Hamilton leads 2-0. So Cole Ian Tomasi laces one over the head of Victor Plaza at third base into left field. That will plate Josh Niles. Koehler Loveridge stands over at third base. Ian Tomasi at second for the top of the order, and Brandon Nicholson. Nicholson was the first strikeout victim of the ball game for Arias. Breaking ball. Nicholson fouls that one off. Caden Cardoso playing near the cut of the grass for the Majors. So too is Victor Plaz while the middle infield stays back. Plaz now even with the bag at third. Kicking the come home from Arias. Breaking ball, can't find the zone. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out. Arias sets, peeks back at second and delivers. Breaking ball, huge swing and a miss by Nicholson there. Was way out in front of that curveball from Jose Arias. One ball, two strikes the count, one away. Runner over at second base as the infield gets brought in fully now. Majors want to cut down the run at the plate if Nicholson puts it in play. Here's the 1-2 home from Arias. Off the plate, that one's going to skip away from DeOlio to the backstop, and it'll score another run. A breaking ball that DeOlio could not get in front of, and the wild pitch allows a run to come in to score, and Hamilton leads 3-0 in the early going. Not the start the Majors and Jose Arias were looking for. Arias wants a new baseball. He'll throw that one into DeOlio, and the home plate umpire, Chris Wilhelm. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now just the runner over at third base, Ian Tomasi. The infield is still in with the exception of Cardoso at first. Trying to cut down that run at the plate. Majors don't want to fall further behind here. Swing and a miss by Nicholson, strike 3. DeOlio has to execute the throw to first. It is made, and Nicholson goes down on strikes for the second time today. Staying at third is Ian Tomasi, and there's 2 out in this second inning. So Connor Hicks will step into the batter's box, the left fielder in this afternoon's game. Hicks is 0 for 1 on the day. Lined out to right field in his first at-bat. Lines this one straight back to the screen, and he's behind 0-1 in the count. Oh and 1 count, 2 away. Here's the pitch. In the air. Shallow right field. Krasminski, the second baseman, going out. He appears to be camped under it, and he's got it to retire the side, but not before the Hamilton Cardinals extend their lead. They're up by 3 now in the top of the second inning. After a wild pitch and a double plate a pair of runs in the frame. Majors going to look to get back on the bats here as we head to the bottom of the second against Corbin Peters. Peters looked good in that first frame, struck out the first batter, Champ Garner, on 3 pitches, then got way ahead of Tristan Osika before he lined a single into left, got Joseph quickly, Cardoso singled, and then he was able to strand them all by striking out Eduardo DeOlio. It feels like every time the Majors and Cardinals play, Corbin Peters sees the mound. He loves pitching at this park, or he must love pitching at this park, considering the frequency at which he's used on the rubber for Hamilton. It might be the team that he's faced the most, though looking at his game log, there's quite a bit of Guelph in there as well. But Corbin Peters, not unfamiliar with the Majors, attended Grambling State University in Louisiana. The native of Ottawa, Ontario, stands 6 feet tall, 225 pounds, and mentioned that he's not started a game yet this season, but also touched on the start he had last year against the Barrie Baycats, where he went 8 terrific innings for the Hamilton Cardinals in their lone win of that series against the Baycats. It will be Byron Reichstein, Cleveland Brownlee, and Victor Plaz for the London Majors in this home half of the second inning. Elsewhere in the IBL today, the Guelph Royals are in Welland taking on the Jackfish. The Kitchener Panthers are in Chatham against the Barnstormers. And the Brantford Red Sox are in Toronto taking on the Maple Leafs. The Barnstormers and Maple Leafs home games start at 2 p.m. on this Sunday, and they're underway between the Royals and the Jackfish. 1:30 start in that contest, bottom of the first, no score, if I'm not mistaken. Or correction, 1:05 start in that game between the two sides. And it's 1-0 Guelph now in the top of the third inning. My page had not been refreshed, I'll be completely honest with you. As we get set for the bottom of the second inning here, Byron Reichstein will dig into the batter's box. Reichstein had a great game on Sunday in Barrie, hitting .292 on the year, a home run, 3 runs batted in. That home run came against the Barrie Baycats on Sunday. Had a double, a home run, a run batted in, and 4 runs scored. And he gets hit with the very first pitch he sees from Corbin Peters. So the Majors have a leadoff base runner as the fastball goes right into the leg area of Reichstein. Byron, one of those guys who's not going to turn away from it. He will just take it wherever it is thrown. And right there gets that one off the leg. So he's aboard, and the Majors have a leadoff hitter. Cleveland Brownlee gets introduced to a healthy applause from this home faithful. You see the fans packed in, going all the way down the third baseline, and perhaps even more packed in on the first base side. The Hamilton infield will shift to the left. The second baseman, Zach Marriott, pretty much right behind the second base bag, just a little bit on the first base side of it. First offering to Brownlee, cut on and miss for strike one. Right shot, not an overly big lead at first. There is the threat of the double play ball with Brownlee at the plate as that one misses for ball one. Cleveland trying to turn his season around after a tough start to the year. Batting .120 on the season so far. Here's the pitch. That one fouled right off of Bernardo, the catcher. Home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm will give him a second to shake that one off. Wasn't sure if it just missed the bat of Brownlee cleanly, but no, it was lined right off the catcher's mask, and Bernardo seems no worse for wear. He reached back for that baseball, but veteran umpire Chris Wilhelm will allow him the time that is likely needed to recover from that. So Peters ahead of Brownlee here, 1-2. The right-hander sets and delivers. Upstairs, 2-2. Tried the high fastball to put Cleveland away. He's used that pitch a couple of times for the strikeout, and Brownlee did not chase. 2-2. Right shine at first. Here's the pitch. Brownlee in the air. Foul territory, and that one will get up and out of play for foul ball. Brownlee putting together a pretty good at-bat here coming into this season. .293 career hitter in the IBL. 135 home runs, 514 runs batted in. Last year had 7 long balls. Still searching for his first of the year. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive, left center field. That one might be trouble. Chasing after it, the left fielder Hicks, and he gets there to make the catch. A little bit too much hang on that swing from Cleveland Brownlee, but lots behind it to left center field, and there's one away in the bottom of the second inning. So Victor Plaz will step into the batter's box now for the Majors. Plaz, another Major hitting over 300 in the early going. You'll see that early in the season. Some high batting averages. Went 1 for 3 against Toronto on Friday night. Had a run batted in and a walk. Peters sets. Here's the first pitch to Plaz. Inside, nearly clipped him, but does not find the strike zone, and it is 1-0. Plaz hit his first home run of the season. He hit one in an exhibition game against the Cardinals, but his first official home run of the year against the Barrie Baycats, his former team on Sunday. 1-0 home. Plaz in the air. Hit and run was on for the Majors. Reichstein was on the move on that pitch. Plaz fouls that one off. Some fans even stretched down past the right field grandstand as well. So lots of fans here at the ballpark on this Sunday afternoon. We're glad you're tuned in with us on Majors TV. One and one the count. Victor Plaz in the right-handed batter's box with Byron Reichstein standing over at first. Here's the offering from Peters. In there for a strike, and Plaz quickly behind 1-2. We'll see if the Majors put Reichstein in motion here. I would doubt it. The 1-2 on its way. Reichstein not running. That pitch off the plate outside. It is 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Here's the offering from Peters. Plaz gives this one a ride down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble, but it will hook just foul. And so we'll try again on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Plaz ahead of that breaking ball from Corbin Peters. Infield playing straight away. Reichstein stands over at first. Plaz looks down for the signs from Majors manager Roop Chanderdat. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. Plaz, did he go around? Yes, he did. The home plate umpire, Chris Wilhelm, will call it. He did not allow an appeal, and there's 2 away. So Plaz chases the breaking ball. That'll give way to Gibson Krasminski with 2 out and a runner over at first base. Victor Plaz already the 3rd strikeout victim for Corbin Peters in this contest. Struck out 2 in the first. Reichstein, a small lead over at first base. Here's the pitch. That one misses for ball 1. Krasminski hitting .276 on the year. 8 hits in 29 at-bats. Has been up near the top of the majors order. In the middle area, now batting 9th here today. Takes a strike, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Peters ready on the rubber. Krasminski ready in the box. Here's the pitch. That one's inside and low for ball 2. Reichstein got hit by a pitch on the very first offering of the inning. Luis Bernardo directing traffic sends the second baseman Zach Marriott well over towards first, with Duncan shaded right back up the middle as you see on your screen there. Here's the pitch. Krasminski gives this one a ride to center field, but right there for it is the center fielder Brandon Nicholson. He will haul this one in, fake a throw to the crowd that isn't there, and that will do it for the bottom of the second inning. We're through 2 complete here at Labatt Park, and we get our first look at kids running the bases, which will happen twice today. It's 3-0 Hamilton.
In London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at Labatt Park Tours.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Back here at Labatt Park as the first batch of kids running the bases is now complete. They'll do so again in the bottom of the 3rd inning, or after the bottom of the 3rd inning, I should say. That's one thing I've never had a chance to do here at Labatt Memorial Park, or at least not that I remember. Perhaps when I was younger at a Majors game as a fan. Maybe one day, if they'll allow us, during a rain delay, Noah and I, when Noah's back, or Ty and I up here, we can go down there and run the bases or run along the warning track and race and see which one of us is the fastest. I know that I think I would take myself in that race. But we'll see. I don't know what Ty and Noah can break out. That'd be a fun time. Justin, too. Get Justin in on it. Have a four-way race one day if we've got a rain delay. That'd be a great time here at Labatt Memorial Park on MajorsTV. We'd live stream it. Nonetheless, we're back here for the third inning between the Majors and the Hamilton Cardinals on this Pack the Park day. 3-0. Hamilton in the lead after 2 innings. Jose Arias allowed 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Second inning, courtesy of double from Coley and Tomasi, and then a wild pitch from Jose Arias. In the first, it was a Luis Bernardo double that got the Cardinals on the board. No easy task here in this third inning, as it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the Cardinals order. Tyler Duncan, Luis Bernardo, and Dennis DeBanning. Arias into the windup. Here's the first pitch. In the air, center field, Champ Garner. Hardly has to move out there. He tracks this one down, makes the catch. And there is 1 out in the top of the third inning. Duncan hit that baseball hard, but Garner was positioned to perfection to make the grab. We've got a question in the chat about Tuesday night's game. There is, in fact, a game on Tuesday. Makeup day for the June 2nd rainout against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Tickets for that June 2nd game are valid at the gate for Tuesday night's contest. 7:35 first pitch. Ty White and I will have the call here on MajorsTV. As the first offering to to Luis Bernardo misses for ball 1. Was a batter too soon. That one's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Into the windup, here's the offering. That one hit hard towards shortstop. Osika plays on the backhand, spins, fires a throw to first. It's high, but Cardoso hauls it in, and there's 2 gone now after a nice play on both ends. Tough play for Osika, playing that on the backhand. Got the hop. Maybe not the hop he wanted, but the hop he got. He handled it well and executed a strong throw over to first base. Now Dennis DeBanning will step into the batter's box. First pitch from Arias, in the air. Foul territory. Cardoso drifting towards the warning track, and he's able to haul this one in. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Jose Arias. A very quick top of the third inning, and the Majors will get right back on the bats after a great frame from their pitcher. Arias getting up there in pitch count in the early going up until that inning. Was at 45 pitches before that last one. He threw sits at 46. 21 pitches in the first, 20 in the second. How about a 5-pitch third inning for the Majors right-hander? Really, really good job by Jose Arias there. The Majors will head back on the bats. It'll be the top of the order. Champ Garner, Tristan Osika, and Starling Joseph. I had the chance prior to today's game to catch up with Majors shortstop Tristan Osika. Alongside Tristan Osika of London Majors. Tristan, thank you for doing this. The crowd's already starting to file in here this afternoon. How excited are you to play in front of these fans?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I mean, even in years past, being in the IBL for 3 years, it's always special coming to Labatt for a Father's Day, a Canada Day, any event they can get fans out. I mean, these fans pack the park, and I'm just excited to play in front of them as the home team for us.
Friday night, you had a pretty big game for the Majors against the Maple Leafs. What do you think went into that, and how are you trying to make an impact with this squad?
It's just helped the team, man. I mean, when I came in, I made it pretty clear to Roof. I'm just here to help the team win at any cost. Wherever he needs me to play, wherever I got to hit in the lineup, or whatever I can do to go hit. I mean, against Barrie on the weekend, I had 2 bunts, and I'm perfectly fine with just getting a job done for the team. So if I got on base, help the team, great. Whatever I can do.
You mentioned your IBL experience, former Hamilton Cardinal. Today the Cardinals are in town to take on the Majors on Pack the Park Day. Is there any extra motivation that goes into a game like this for you?
There's always a little bit more motivation. You know, you always want to beat your former team. But no, I mean, just trying to stay as focused as possible on the team concept, go get a win for the boys, and yeah, obviously it'd be a great thing to get a dub against the Cardinals on Father's Day in front of these fans. I'm pretty fired up about that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tristan. Good luck today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Big thank you to Tristan Osika once again for joining me for a pregame interview. Osika mentioned there's always a little bit of extra motivation playing your former team as he is today against the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll see if he can make an impact second time through the order. Majors had a pair of hits, one of which came from Osika in the first inning, but were stranded and trail 3-0 in the early going. Champ Garner into the batter's box. Garner struck out on 3 pitches to lead things off for the Majors. Peters not quite set out there on the rubber. Right-hander sets and delivers. That one in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Garner scorches that one, but just foul. Garner got all of that breaking ball, but ripped it into foul territory, so we'll have to try to get a base hit on 0-2. Falling behind quickly, just as he did in his first trip to the plate. Here's the 0-2 offering. Garner in the air, foul territory. Long run for the first baseman, Niles. He gives chase, but it is into the netting. A foul ball. So Garner able to fight off the initial 0-2 pitch, and we'll try again on 0-2. Pitch to Garner in the air, right field. Chasing after it is DeBanning. He'll be chased into foul territory, and that one will bounce off the warning track and into the crowd. So a long foul ball for Champ Garner there, and a long run for Dennis DeBanning. So DeBanning will jog back to his spot as Garner tries to catch his breath and get set for a third 0-2 pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Corbin Peters sets out there on the rubber and delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Garner down on strikes for the second time today, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Garner fought on 2 strikes a couple of times, but then the sharp breaking ball was chased by Champ, and that's the first out of the inning as Tristan Osika will dig into the batter's box. Osika, one of 2 majors with a base hit today, lined a single into left field in his last at-bat. Takes the first pitch from Peters in there for a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1, inside and low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Osika. One pitch. Line towards the crowd and now towards the parking lot. It is 1-2. Not sure what the parking situation is like today on Pack the Park Day, but I would imagine it's not great. Here's the 1-2 home. Upstairs to Osika, doesn't chase, 2-2. Peters loves going to that high fastball looking for the strikeout. And it's worked for him. He's got 4 strikeouts on the day. I would say at least 2 of which have come via the high fastball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Osika hits that one towards shortstop. To his right moves Duncan. Throw to first is in time. And there's 2 out now in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So 2 away in the bottom of the 3rd, and starting Joseph will step into the batter's box. Trying to spark something here for the Majors, who since the first have not registered a hit. Are trailing 3-0. The crowd's a large one, but they're not fully into it just yet. Hoping for a momentum swing in the Majors' favor. Peters sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Joseph, 0-1. Oh-1, 2 out. Peters ready on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Joseph flew out to Brandon Nicholson in center field back in the 1st inning. 1-1 pitch. Joseph, big swing at it, comes up empty, and it's 1-2. Corbin Peters trying to set down Starling Joseph and make him the 5th strikeout victim of his in this ball game. Peters steps off the rubber. He wanted to come quickly to Joseph. He was ready in the set, but home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm did not allow that to happen. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Joseph in the air, right field. Debanning giving chase. So too is the first baseman Niles. Into foul territory. Debanning can't get there. Into the slide, but could not come up with that foul ball. So we'll try again here on 1-2 to Starling Joseph. Joseph battling against Peters. Peters about to throw pitch number 51 in the ball game through 2 2/3 innings. Here comes the offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Corbin Peters on fire to start this ball game, and he's pumped up as he heads back to the dugout. Majors trail 3-0 after 3.
Get suited up with us for our big night. We went to Collins Clothiers. They had suits and tuxedos in various colors and styles. The staff helped us pick exactly what we wanted. They custom fit our suits for the perfect fit. They even matched us to our date's dress. It was so much fun trying on suits with the boys on the VIP night. They even got us pizza while we tried clothes on.
The prom kids, of course, are going to be the best dressed.
We felt so confident and looked amazing.
Back here at Labatt Park, and you get a look at it on your screen there. 2 young fans still making their way to home plate. A lot more falls in that last run. Here they come. A play at the plate. DeOlio giving them the wave. And they're safe. An exhilarating run as always for all the young fans here at Labatt Memorial Park in this bottom of the 3rd, heading to the top of the 4th. Jose Arias will get his warm-up pitches in now, and that'll do it for the kids running the bases. Arias was ready to go with the warm-ups, and then there were just a couple of young fans, you see them there, that were still running the bags. And the one on the left is dirty from the bases, coming home like a ball player. Arias working in the 4th inning here has thrown 20-plus pitches in 2 of his 3 innings. The one that he did not throw 20-plus pitches in was the 3rd, and that's where he threw just 5 pitches to Tyler Duncan, Luis Bernardo, and Dennis Debanning. Duncan and Debanning retired on the first pitch. Bernardo faced 2 before he put 1 in play and grounded out to shortstop. Arias trying to match or come close to that same efficiency. Here in this 4th, he gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the second. All those runs are earned, including 1 run on a wild pitch back in the 2nd that I'm sure he'd like to have back. In the top of the 4th, he will have to face Zach Marriott, Josh Niles, and Keeler Loveridge. 6, 7, and 8 in the Cardinals order. This section of the lineup came back to bite him in the second inning, scoring a pair of runs. Marriott, though, struck out in his last trip. Offering on its way from Arias, a breaking ball that finds the zone for strike one. Here's the pitch, cut on and missed, and quickly Marriott is behind 0-2 here. The 0-2 pitch. Marriott on the ground to shortstop. Osika on the run. Throw to first. Has to be quick. And it's in time. They'll say Cardoso stayed on the bag, and they record the out. A close play and a good job by Caden Cardoso with that stretch. Marriott has speed, was not hit overly hard to Osika, the shortstop, and the throw to first is just in time to get him. So there's one away now in the fourth. Josh Niles will step into the batter's box. Niles is 1 for 1 on the day. Hit one hard right back out the middle for a single in his last trip. First pitch from Arias will miss for ball one. Arias into the windup. Here comes the pitch. That one will miss. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 home. Misses as well. 3-0. So Arias falls behind Josh Niles 3-0 in this at-bat. Has to work from behind in the count here. Fans try to get behind Arias. The pitch finds the zone for strike one. Niles seemed to have no intention of swinging at that offering. The 3-1 home. In there for strike two. So good job by Arias finding the zone on back-to-back pitches and has worked his way from a 3-0 to a 3-2 count against Josh Niles. Wind up, here's the pitch. In the air, hit well, left center field. Josh Niles has put a charge into this one. Joseph back on the track, and he makes the catch. Great play by Starling Joseph on the run to track that one down in deep left center field, and there's 2 away. Niles got a lot of that baseball, and it was a long distance to travel for Starling Joseph, but he hauls it in, and there's 2 gone now in the top of the 4th inning. As Koehler Loveridge will dig into the batter's box. Loveridge worked a walk on 5 pitches in his last trip. Swings and misses the first offering, 0-1. The 0-1 home from Arias. Breaking ball. Loveridge sends this one to right center. Champ Garner to his left. It'll be Reichstein coming in, and he will make the catch to retire the side. So a quick inning in the 4th as well for Jose Arias. He gets a ground out and a couple of flyouts to retire the Cardinals in the top of the 4th inning and send the Majors back to the bats. Arias' pitch count still in a pretty okay spot after a couple of efficient innings. 11 pitches all it took in the 4th. Fell behind Josh Niles 3-0 quickly, but was able to work back in the count. Did a good job there. Majors continue to trail by a score of 3-0. 1 run in the 1st inning, 2 runs in the 2nd. They just announced him in the ballpark, and I should do the same here on Majors TV. A very happy first Father's Day to Matt Hiscox, our fearless leader of Majors TV, who welcomed his son last fall and is celebrating Father's Day with him today. He's taken the game off from Majors TV. Well deserved for Matt. So we hope he enjoys the day as well. Happy Father's Day to all the dads on our Majors TV crew. I believe Cal Johnstone, the only other dad on the crew, if I'm not mistaken. And I apologize if I'm forgetting somebody, but we got a lot of new members of the crew this year. So happy Father's Day to Matt and to Cal. Both of them taking the game off today, and deservedly so. Here at Labatt Park, Majors trail by 3. Corbin Peters has been stellar for the Hamilton Cardinals up to this point in the ball game. 3 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit batter, and has left 3 runners on base. Majors are just 2 for 12 against him. Correction, 2 for 11. Peters this season overall is having a great year, and he's continued that so far in this contest. He was fantastic for the Cardinals in his first year in 2022, had a 154 earned run average across 7 games, and lost the step a little bit in 2023. 450 earned run average, still certainly not a bad ERA by any stretch of the imagination, but not quite where he was back in 2022, and has yet to allow an earned run this season, working in his 5th outing as Caden Cardoso will step into the batter's box. 4, 5, and 6 for London. Cardoso, DeOlio, and Reichstein in this bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Cardoso will be in there for a strike, 0-1. Oh and 1 count. Here's the pitch. Cardoso takes that one for 0-2. There's this fan at the park today who's saying home run before every pitch. They're 0 for 12 so far on the home run count. We'll see if eventually they get their wish. Here's the 0-2. Cardoso hits that one on the ground to first base. It is just foul. Past the arm of Josh Niles into foul territory down the line. Good effort there by Niles, and Cardoso nearly had a base hit. So we'll try again on the 0-2 count. Cardoso took the first 2 pitches for strikes, then fouled that last one off. Here's the offering, cut on and missed, strike 3. Bernardo makes the catch cleanly, no need to apply the tag, and there's one gone in the bottom of the 4th inning. Corbin Peters continues to hum along here. 6 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Eduardo DeOlio has been one of the strikeout victims so far. Struck out with 2 runners on in the 1st inning to end the 1st frame. First pitch from Peters to DeOlio, line straight back towards us, and it is 0-1. Hits are 4-2 in favor of Hamilton. Cardinals lead by a score of 3-0. DeOlio trying to get something going with 1 out here for the Majors. The 0-1 home. Line back at the screen. Oh, that one made it through. Oh, my goodness. It looks like everybody's okay, but that one got through the netting. There's a small hole, and that foul ball from DeOlio found it. Fans are all pointing it out to each other now. Wow, thank goodness everybody's okay, because that one was coming in hot off the bat of DeOlio. Takes that one high. It's ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, the Majors catcher. Peters at 58 pitches through 3 1/3 innings. Here's the offering. DeOlio skies this one on the infield. Second baseman Zach Marriott is there, and he makes the catch. There's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Byron Reichstein will step into the batter's box. Reach base the first time he was up thanks to a hit by pitch. On the first pitch he saw, has not had an extended at-bat at all in this contest. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Reichstein. It's 1-0. Boy, oh boy, I don't know if you guys can hear that fan at home, but every pitch, home run, home run. That one's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-1 count, 2 out. Reichstein fouls that one off. 1-2 count yet again. Seen a lot of those from Corbin Peters up to this point in the ball game. Peters looks in, comes set, and delivers the 1-2. Reichstein fouls that one off his foot into foul territory, and so we'll try again on 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm gets a new set of baseballs from the bat and ball kids down there. Peters and Reichstein ready. Here's the offering. Off the plate outside, it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Reichstein trying to extend the inning for the Majors. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Byron putting together a good at-bat here for London. Reichstein up to this point has seen 6 pitches, 3 foul balls. He has not been able to put one in play as of yet. The 2-2 after a long hold from Peters. Reichstein checks his swing, fouls it off again. Two and two, 2 out. Here's the pitch to Reichstein. Just misses 3-2. Peters thought he had strike 3. So full count, 2 out. The ball 4 chance beginning at Labatt Park. But quickly muted and replaced by the home run chance. 3-2 home. Inside, and he's hit Reichstein again. That one would have been ball 4 anyway. It was in the dirt and spiked right towards the feet of Byron Reichstein, and that'll be a walk. So quick mound visit here for the Hamilton Cardinals. Corbin Peters up at 68 pitches in this ball game. There's been movement and stretching in the Cardinals bullpen, but I don't believe we've seen any throwing up to this point. The longest outing of the year for Corbin Peters has been 1 1/3 innings. That came against the Welland Jackfish on June 13th. But he made quick work of the Jackfish in that outing. Only faced 4 batters, struck out 2 of them. So Peters ready to reset here against Cleveland Brownlee. Byron Reichstein stands over at first base after being hit by a pitch for the 2nd time today. Brownlee gave a ball a pretty good ride in his last trip, but it was caught in left field. This one he skies into foul territory, and that will be a foul ball. Bernardo, they've called it a catch. I don't know if that was a joke or what happened, but I think it hit right back off the screen, and it's a foul ball. Brent Wales, the Majors pitching coach, coming out there and not happy with home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm. I don't know how you, and I think Brent Wales just been ejected by Chris Wilhelm, the home plate umpire. Wilhelm called him out after a ball that hit the screen, and Bernardo jokingly made a catch on. I don't know how you miss that as an umpire, and neither does Brent Wales, who has been ejected from this game. And we'll be watching the rest of it from the clubhouse on Majors TV. I've never seen that before. 0-1 the count. 2 out. Brownlee asks for time, steps out of the batter's box. Strange sequence of events there. I think Bernardo might be apologizing for fooling the umpire. I just don't know how you can make that call if you didn't see the ball go in the air and then into his glove. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Brownlee on the ground, right back to the mound. Corbin Peters will just tag him there as Brownlee nearly falls to the ground trying to avoid it, and that will do it for an interesting bottom of the 4th inning. We're through 4 complete here from Labatt Park, and the side is retired as we had to break.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Hello, my name is Jim Miller with Miller's Award Store. Come along with me on a virtual tour to take a look at our amazing products and services that we're able to provide you to help you with your recreation needs.
Back now on Majors TV, you look at the crowd down the right field line taking this ball game in from foul territory on the grass. A great crowd here this afternoon. In case you missed it in the 4th inning, a strange play. Cleveland Brownlee fouled a ball that was off the screen. Home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm did not look at the foul ball. And then when Luis Bernardo caught it and showed it to him jokingly, and you could tell Bernardo was doing it as a bit of a joke, he called Brownlee out. And so after discussing with his other umpires, he understood that the ball hit the screen, and he had to reverse that call, but not before he ejected Brent Wales, the Majors pitching coach, for coming out to argue it. What a strange play. Chris Wilhelm, no stranger to controversy in this park, as he ejected Austin Wilkie last season. That one misses high on a ball that he ruled foul that broke Wilkie's hand because it hit him. Here's the 1-0 in the air. Hit well to left. Joseph giving chase towards the corner. And he's got it in foul territory as Ian Tomasi is set down for the first out. So 1 out at the top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Brandon Nicholson. Nicholson 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out twice in the ball game. Squares around a bunt this time and bunts it foul towards the Majors dugout. Got a breaking ball there from Arias. Always a tough pitch to bunt, and it was sent directly towards the Majors bench. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
For all we know, he can hit a home run. He just has to protect the plate. If he's going to, not swing, he's taking a risk.
0-2 on its way. Off the plate outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out. Here comes the pitch from Arias. Breaking ball, Nicholson doesn't chase. Looking to avoid the hat trick of strikeouts here. Top of the 5th inning here at Labatt Park. Into the windup goes Arias. Here's the offering on its way. Breaking ball. Nicholson fouls that one off and will stay alive. Nicholson fell behind 0-2. Now a 2-2 count. Arias trying to put him away here. The 2-2 home. On the ground towards second base. Charging is Gibson Krasminski. He fields it and throws over to Cardoso at first for the second out of the top of the 5th inning. So 2 away now in the 5th, and that will bring up the left fielder in today's ball game, Connor Hicks. Hicks is 0 for 2 with a line out and a pop out in today's ball game. Arias into the windup. Here's the pitch. That one misses for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's there for strike 1, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike count, 1 out here. Pardon me, 2 out. Despite what the scoreboard may tell you at the park. Here's the pitch. That one hit hard in the hole, past Cardoso into right field. So it's a 2-out single for Hicks. And the Hamilton Cardinals have their first base runner of the 5th inning. So Tyler Duncan steps into the batter's box for Hamilton, 1 for 2 on the day. A single and a line out, both to center field. So perhaps you don't even have, maybe you just have AI at the plate and then have regular umpires everywhere else because those you can review. And you can't really review at the plate because then the game will be. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Duncan in the air. Foul territory. Victor Plaz giving chase towards the crowd, and it's a little too far back for Plaz to jump in and try to fish it out. It's 3 or 4 rows back, and it's a foul ball for strike 1. 0-1 count. Hamilton leads 3-0. They got a runner over at first base after the single for Connor Hicks. Arias sets. The 0-1 home. In the air, hit pretty well, left center field. Slicing away from Champ Garner. That one is going to be a ground rule double. So it's a ground rule double for Tyler Duncan. Bounces up and over the wall. It's very tough to tell at Labatt Park with that white banner out there where the ball went, because it gets lost in the white advertisement for Thomas Roth, the real estate agent. And weren't sure if it was gone or if it had bounced over the wall. And as a matter of fact, it bounces off the warning track and over the fence. So it's a ground rule double for Tyler Duncan. And the Cardinals have 2 runners in scoring position for Luis Bernardo, who delivered the first Hamilton run of the ball game back in the first inning on a double. Arias ready on the mound. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball on the ground in the hole. Past Plaz into left field. 1 run will come in to score. Here comes Duncan with the second, and the Cardinals lead 5-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Tough play there for Victor Plaz. Tried to make the play on the slide and just came up empty as it went into left field. So Bernardo's got his second and third runs batted into the ball game. And he stands at first with 2 away. So 5-0 Cardinals. Majors have some work to do. First task is getting out of this 5th inning. Arias up at 71 pitches through 4 2/3. Offering on its way. Upstairs and inside to Dennis DeBanning.
they're losing by 5, there might be someone on their side that tries to argue its frustration.
1 ball, no strikes the count. Here's the pitch from Arias. Line drive straight back at the screen, and it's 1-1. Day batting on the day is 0 for 2. Lined out to left and popped out to first base in his 2 plate appearances. Looking to break into the hit column here against Jose Arias. Pitch on its way. Upstairs, snap throw from Deolio, and Luis Bernardo is back with a slide. Deolio didn't like the secondary that Bernardo was getting, so he threw over. And Bernardo got back safely. Bernardo, not really a threat to run, has 1 stolen base this year, so he can pull it out when he needs to. Breaking ball here. That one hit pretty well to center field. Champ Garner will go to his left and haul this one in to end the top of the 5th inning. We are halfway through this contest now. The Majors trail by 5. It's 5-0 Hamilton. Jose Arias has given up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the 5th. Luis Bernardo has done the bulk of the damage for the Cardinals. 3 runs batted in this ball game. 1 on a double in the first, and then 2 on a single there in the 5th inning. The scoring in the second for the Cardinals was courtesy of a double from Cole Iantomasi and then a wild pitch that scored Keeler Loveridge. And the Majors have not been able to muster anything off of Cardinals right-hander Corbin Peters, though it looks like they are going to get a new arm in here. So a new pitcher coming in for the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll see who it is after this break. This pitching change is sponsored by Throw London, London's original knife throwing.
Hey, my name's Carolyn, and I'm a league member here at Throw London. What I love about Throw is the great community here. Everyone is really welcoming, really has a good time, and it's a great place for everyone.
Back here at Labatt Park as a new arm comes into the ball game for the Hamilton Cardinals. It is right-handed submarine pitcher Takaki Iguchi. Native of Fukuoka, Japan, has pitched in 5 games this year. 4 of them have been starts. Pitching out of the bullpen, obviously, here in this one. Has a .385 earned run average, a 3-1 record in 23 1/3 innings pitched. His last outing was against the Welland Jackfish on June 13th. Pitched 3 innings, allowed 6 earned runs on 5 hits, walked 2, and struck out 1. He will face 8-9-1 in the Majors order. Victor Plaz, Gibson Krasminski, and Champ Garner. First pitch to Plaz will miss high for ball 1.
Well, 2 of the 3 guys batting in this inning are right-handers, so maybe they bring them in because, like, for right-handers, it goes up high.
The 1-0 will miss for ball 2 to Plaz. Different arm angle coming out from Iguchi. Submarine is the look that the Majors are going to get from the Hamilton right-hander. Or not submarine. Mixing it up. That one misses. 3-0. Iguchi trying to make things as difficult as possible on these Majors hitters by switching up where the ball is coming from on every pitch. So far has yet to find the strike zone. 3-0 home. Plaz gives this one a pretty good ride to left center field. Moving over is the left fielder Connor Hicks, and he is there to make the catch for the first out. Hard hit off the bat of Victor Plaz, but Hicks was right there to make the grab, and there's one away for Gibson Krasminski. Krasminski is 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to center field in his first trip.
there's a couple guys that are good, but when they don't perform with the starting pitcher, it's not every game. When they don't.
First pitch from Iguchi. Squaring around a bunt is Krasminski. He will take a strike. He can't believe it. He thought that one was outside. Krasminski just trying to get something started for the Majors. They don't have a hit since the first inning, and we're now in the bottom of the fifth. Strike two on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Krasminski able to fight it off right towards the Majors dugout, and that's where that dugout netting comes into play. It was not there in 2019. It was added for 2020. Of course, the only game that got to be played here was the Legacy Classic. And that protected the Majors bench on that last foul ball. 0-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball off the plate outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Iguchi came with the submarine breaking ball there. 1-2 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch. In the air. Foul territory. That one gets out of play. It's a foul ball. One ball, 2 strike count here to Gibson Krasminski. The only 2 Majors base runners since the first inning have been Byron Reichstein twice. Hit by a pitch both times as Krasminski strikes out there. And there's 2 away. He becomes the first strikeout victim for Takaki Iguchi. And that'll bring up the top of the Majors order and Champ Garner. Garner in the ball game so far 0 for 2. Struck out swinging both times he faced Corbin Peters. First pitch, Garner skies this one. On the infield, Tyler Duncan just past the cut of the grass, makes the catch, and the side is retired. We're through 5 complete here at Labatt Memorial Park. The Hamilton Cardinals lead 5-0.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
Welcome to Labatt Park in London, Ontario, the world's oldest baseball grounds. Now through Labor Day, book your guided tour and walk the same field as Ty Cobb, Fergie Jenkins, Honus Wagner, and some of baseball's most legendary players. View artifacts from over the years inside the original 1940 clubhouse. Experience baseball history in London, Ontario. Book your guided tour at labattparktours.ca.
View of the London skyline there as we get back to baseball in the top of the 6th inning. The Majors trailing by 5, running out of cracks at the plate. Cardinals have put up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then 2 in the 5th. Off of Jose Arias, who is back out there for a 6th inning of work, has thrown 75 pitches. He's been pretty efficient, just has had trouble when the runners have gotten on base in this ball game. He'll deal with 6, 7, and 8. Zach Marriott, followed by Josh Niles and Keeler Loveridge. Marriott struck out swinging and grounded out in his 2 trips today. First pitch from Arias is going to be upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0. In there for a strike. It's 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1, I should say. 1-1 home. In the air, foul territory, drifting towards the stands, and it will get out of play. So now it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes, nobody out. The pitch to Zach Marriott. Fly ball, shallow center. Garner charging hard, coming in, and he can't make the catch. It'll bounce in front of him. He'll pick it up and flip it in. So it's a base hit there for Zach Marriott, his first hit of the game, and the Cardinals have a runner aboard. Josh Niles will step into the batter's box for Hamilton. 1 for 2. Arias sets on the mound, peeks back at first. On the move is Marriott. Here's the pitch. It will miss for ball 1. Throw down is not in time. So a stolen base there for Zach Marriott. And Niles ahead in the count, 1-0. One-0 count. Bouncing off the bag at first is Marriott. Arias sets. And delivers. In the dirt, 2-0. Couple of breaking balls to start the at-bat. Have Arias behind the power-hitting Niles. Good hitters count here for the Hamilton first baseman. Trying to do some damage with a runner in scoring position. That one popped up foul. Oh, Cardoso may have a play on it, I should say, and that one is caught by Caden Cardoso in foul territory. Apologies, folks. One gone now in the 6th inning. Koehler Loveridge will step into the batter's box for the Hamilton Cardinals. Loveridge reached base on a walk at his first plate appearance and flew out to right field the last time he was up. Here's the pitch from Arias. On the ground towards third base. Victor Plaz gives the runner at second a look, throws to first in time to get him. So 2 out now in the top of the 6th inning after the ground out to third, and that will bring up the number 9 hitter, Cole Ian Tomasi. Ian Tomasi doubled earlier in the ball game to drive home a run. Has another run scoring chance here with the runner at second base. First pitch from Jose Arias will miss up and inside to Ian Tomasi for ball 1. Every pitcher is pretty fresh for the majors in the bullpen. Jared Lund and Jonathan Henry each threw on Friday. Henry only for 1 inning. Same for Lund, but that 1 inning was a little more stressful. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike. Majors also have to consider the game on Tuesday against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers here at Labatt Park, and who may be needed to get through that contest on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jose Arias ready on the rubber. Peeks back at second and delivers in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count, 2 away. Runner at second base for the Hamilton Cardinals is Zach Marriott. Offering on its way from Arias. Misses. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Arias nearing the 90-pitch plateau. Has 56 strikes on 87 pitches today. That's 64% strikes. The 3-1 home. In the air. Center field, right center field. It'll be Reichstein coming on to make the catch and put the Cardinals away in the top of the 6th inning. So Jose Arias allows a bloop single to Zach Marriott, who then stole second base but leaves him stranded in scoring position and will walk off with the deficit remaining at 5-0. Arias will talk things over with Majors manager Rube Channerdat to see whether he'll go back out for the 7th. I believe there was no handshake there, so it's quite possible that he will. Arias threw 6 innings, I should say. Has thrown 88 pitches, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. Elsewhere in the Intercounty Baseball League today, every team is in action with the exception of the Barrie Bay Cats, as the Hamilton Cardinals, of course, here in London, taking on the Majors, 5-0 Hamilton, through 5.5 innings. The Guelph Royals are in Welland taking on the Jackfish. That game at 3-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Between the Kitchener Panthers and the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, it is 3-0 Chatham in the bottom of the 4th. And then in Toronto, the Maple Leafs lead the Brantford Red Sox 7-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts. So a good start to the day for the Toronto Maple Leafs here on this Father's Day. And back at Labatt Park, Majors trying to get something going offensively, still searching for their first hit since the 1st inning. Osika got on with a single in the 1st, as did for the Majors Caden Cardoso. Excuse me, I forgot there for a second. Cardoso had the other single back in the 1st inning. The good news for the Majors is both of those guys will come up here in this bottom of the 6th. That'll be Osika, Starling Joseph, and Cardoso, the 3 that are due up for London. Majors have certainly had their chances with runners on as well and have not been able to capitalize. Reichstein on base a couple of times. Osika and Cardoso obviously on in the 1st, and they were stranded after a strikeout. So Tristan Osika trying to kick things off here for the Majors and get something going offensively. Takaki Iguchi back out there for a 2nd inning of work through 11 pitches in the 1st frame that he pitched. Had a strikeout, did not allow a base runner. First pitch to Osika's in there for a strike. Iguchi, as we saw back in the 5th, will vary that arm slot. Will come from up top, will come from down low. Here he comes from down low, and that one misses for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's the pitch. In there, and it's 1-2. Osika quickly behind Iguchi, who looks for his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. One, 2 home. Breaking ball. That one misses outside. It's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Osika gets jammed, but he'll flare this one into right field, and there it is. The Majors' first hit since the 1st inning. As Tristan Osika gets on board, and the crowd gives a pretty rousing applause for a bloop single because they haven't seen much on the base paths up to this point. So runner on first here for Starling Joseph, the Majors' left fielder in the ball game today. Joseph, up to this point, is 0 for 2. Flew out to center in his first trip and then struck out swinging. Both against Corbin Peters. Has yet to see Iguchi in the ball game. Not an overly big lead for Osika at first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone for strike 1 on Joseph. One ball, no strikes. Iguchi ready. And he'll throw over to first. Back with a dive is Osika. First disengagement there for Takaki Iguchi. Very quick move over to first base. kept Osika on his toes. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. No, 0-2 now. First pitch breaking ball was called a strike, and that one cut on and missed, so 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That one misses low, and it is 1-2. Osika stands over at first, nobody out. Good chance here for the Majors to get something going offensively, which they have not done throughout the ball game up to this point. Pitch from Iguchi. Joseph hits that one hard right to the shortstop, Duncan. He'll go to second for one. The throw from Marriott on to first. Not in time. Joseph beats it out. Good hustle there from Starling Joseph to avoid the double play, as the Majors will maintain the runner at first, though now with one out for Caden Cardoso. Cardoso has one of 3 Majors hits today. That came back in the first inning. Hamilton pitching has kept the Majors bats very, very quiet up to this point. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for strike one. Iguchi reached back for a little something extra on that pitch. Ready on the rubber is the Hamilton right-hander. He'll throw over to first, and back there is Starling Joseph. Iguchi has a very quick move, and he's not afraid to use it. Used it on Osika, then used it on Starling Joseph. Joseph this season, 3 stolen bases, has been caught once. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Cardoso. Big swing and a foul tip, says the home plate umpire, so it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Cardoso trying to avoid a second strikeout in this ball game. That one off the plate outside. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Majors' big first baseman. One and 2, another throw over from Iguchi, and back standing again is Starling Joseph. Some boos from the crowd. That's his second disengagement, so on the next one he has to get Joseph, or else it's a balk. Here comes the 1-2. Joseph is running. Cardoso hits that one down the line. It's a fair ball. Joseph around second. He'll charge for third. He's getting away from Majors manager Rup Chanadad. He's on his way home. Here's the throw to the plate. It overshoots the cutoff, and Joseph will score. The Majors get on the board. It's a double for Caden Cardoso, and it's 5-1 Hamilton. So London finally breaks through on the scoreboard. It is a double for Caden Cardoso that leads to Starling Joseph scoring. He was in motion on the pitch, knowing that there were 2 disengagements already for Takaki Iguchi. And London is into the run column. Eduardo Deolio will step up to the plate. Pitch to Deolio. In the air, center field. Not deep. Out goes the second baseman. In comes the center fielder, Nicholson, and it'll be Nicholson who makes the catch for the second out of the frame. Deolio eager on that pop-up, and eager on that first pitch, I should say, and popped it up to center field. So 2 out for Byron Reichstein with a runner in scoring position. Majors would love to push across one more here if they can. Iguchi peeks back at second and delivers. First pitch is low for ball 1 to Reichstein. One 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball upstairs. And it's 2-0. Hitter's count here for Reichstein, who is yet to have a credited at-bat. He's had 2 plate appearances, got hit the first time, and then got hit or walked the second time. Up to interpretation. Reichstein sends this one deep to right field, and it is long gone. Byron Reichstein puts a charge into that one, and the Majors have trimmed the deficit to just 2 on the strength of that 2-run blast. The Majors and the crowd right back into this one after that bomb for Byron Reichstein, who celebrates down the party tunnel in the Majors dugout and has cut the deficit with a home run. So that'll bring up Cleveland Brownlee after the long home run for Byron Reichstein. Crowd is rowdy once again after that blast. Here's the pitch from Takaki Iguchi. Brownlee, big swing, comes up empty, 0-1. That pitch lined straight back at the screen by Brownlee. Some fans getting some flashbacks to that earlier foul ball from DeOlio that snuck through the screen. Luckily, that one did not. 0-2 the count. Iguchi set on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Brownlee hits this one hard to left field. That one's going to get down, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Brownlee around first. It's bobbled out and left. He'll charge hard for second. There might be a play. Here's the throw. It's off the mark. Brownlee slides in with a double. Cleveland Brownlee puts himself in scoring position and motions for a pinch runner, as Drew Lawrence will take over for the big man, who stands at second base. So now the tying run comes to the plate as Brownlee gets lifted for a pinch runner. That was the first hit for Brownlee on the day, but he made solid contact in 2 of his 3 at-bats. A real good sign for the Majors' designated hitter. So Victor Plaz steps into the batter's box. He is the tying run. Drew Lawrence, a big run over at second base. Majors would love to capitalize here, and a quick mound visit coming up for the Cardinals. Takaki Iguchi will get visited by the coaching staff, and out there as well is Mizuki Akatsuka, who will help translate the message to the pitcher. Big inning for the Majors so far. A double for Caden Cardoso scored the first run. Byron Reichstein hit one out of the ballpark to score 2 more, and then Cleveland Brownlee, a double to left field, has made it 5-3 with the runner on second after that Brownlee double. Plaz, up to this point in the ball game, is 0 for 2. Strikeout swing and a fly out to left field. First pitch from Takaki Iguchi, off the plate outside, ball 1. A Let's Go Majors chant just beginning in this crowd. Lawrence the lead off of second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Plaz took a big swing at that one. Comes up empty. It's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Tying run at the plate in the form of Victor Plaz here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The delivery from Iguchi. Breaking ball finds the strike zone, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Iguchi trying to strand the runner at second base. That one misses. 2-2. Plaus working the count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iguchi sets. Lawrence the lead off a second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Plaus does not chase. Ball 4, Chance breaking out here. 3-2, 2 out. Lawrence will not automatically be put in motion. We'll see if they send him anyway with the speed he's got. Iguchi peeks back and delivers a 3-2. Called strike 3. Victor Plaus gets rung up on a pitch on the outside corner to end the inning, but not before. The Majors get 3 to trim the deficit to 2. It's 5-3 Hamilton after 6 from Labatt Park. Park. Braden Farrington getting loose in the bullpen, as you see on our Game Day London mobile camera. Jose Arias out there on the mound for his 7th inning of work. He's thrown 88 pitches. You can imagine the leash will likely be a little bit short. There is also action in the Hamilton bullpen, as you see on your screen. Trying to get you who that is right now. Believe that's Corey Connor, but can't quite confirm. In the top of the 7th, it will be the top of the Hamilton order. Brandon Nicholson, Connor Hicks, and Tyler Duncan in this 5-3 ball game. Into the windup goes Arias. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. During the break between innings, Victor Plaus went over to talk to the home plate umpire, Chris Wilhelm, about that last call. Nothing heated, but Plaus, you could tell, was frustrated. Misses high for ball 1, 1-1. Majors have 3 more cracks at it at the plate. They trail by 2 runs. Here's the 1-1. In there for a strike, it's 1-2. Now we are told that after the 7th inning, there is a strong dad competition put on by BP8 Fitness. Here's the 1-2, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire, Chris Wilhelm. Eduardo De Olio will make the throw to first, and Nicholson is struck out for the 3rd time today. There's one gone at the top of the 7th. Now I am very eager to see what this strong dad competition involves. We might just have to cover it on Majors TV, I don't know. Connor Hicks into the batter's box, 1 for 3 on the day. Number 2 hitter for the Hamilton Cardinals. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. One-0 pitch. Fouled off, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one will bounce towards the Majors dugout and then up over the dugout into the crowd. So a souvenir for a fan there. 1-1 the count here. Into the windup goes Jose Arias. Fouled off right into the catcher, De Olio. So the count moves to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Farrington continues to loosen in the Majors' pen. Into the windup goes Arias. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. That one misses, and it's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes here on Hicks. Arias will step off the rubber. I believe there's something out in right field that needed to be taken care of. I don't know if it was a baseball or what it was, but Byron Reichstein went back to the fence to throw it back over. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off by Hicks, and we'll try again on 2-2. Glad you're with us here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Arias into the windup. The 2-2 home again. On the ground, towards first. Cardoso gets the big hop. Flips to Arias, covering, and there's two gone. Good job by Jose Arias. Well executing a PFP, which of course stands for pitcher's fielding practice. Commonly done at the beginning of every season just to get everybody back into the swing of things, as Tyler Duncan will step into the batter's box. Duncan is 2 for 3 today. He's been a tough out for Jose Arias. Singled in his first trip on a hard grounder to center field, then doubled to center in his last trip. Mixed in between was a line out to center. So a lot of hard hit balls off the bat of Tyler Duncan, who is rocking quite the mustache. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike to Duncan, 0-1. That one's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Arias at 100 pitches even, quickly ahead of Tyler Duncan. Oh-2 count. Arias into the windup. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. Arias will take his time on the rubber before he throws this next pitch. 1-2 count, 2 out. Here's the offering. Up and away, 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out to Duncan here. Arias trying to put him away and get the Majors back on the bats after a 1-2-3 inning. London scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th. The action in the Cardinals bullpen is stopped, so either the arm is ready or it'll be Takaki Iguchi again. That one fouled off by Duncan, staying alive on 2-2. Pitch count for Arias at 1-0-3. Farrington appears to be close to or officially ready in the bullpen. That one misses. Does not chase the breaking ball, and it's a full count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Tyler Duncan, the number 3 hitter at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jose Arias gets a strikeout of the reigning most valuable player and will head to the dugout with that likely being the end of his night. A successful one there for Jose Arias. And he's through 7 complete, having allowed 5 runs. As the Majors get back on the bats here, gets the handshake from his manager, so that looks like it'll be it for Jose. Gets some high fives as he heads back into the dugout. We've got a new arm coming in for the Hamilton Cardinals. We'll get you who that is and all the details after this. This is a pitching change brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing.
Hey, my name's Carolyn, and I'm a league member here at Throw London. What I love about Throw is the great community here. Everyone is really welcoming, really has a good time, and it's a great place for everyone.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home.
Joseph crushes one.
Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations about London's major teams and the athletes. Whether it's in the rink with the Knights or on the field with the Majors, Game Day London has you covered from the start. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com, a proud sponsor of MajorsTV.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here at Labatt Memorial Park, new arm you see on your screen there. It is Connor Corey for the Hamilton Cardinals. 6'1", 200-pound right-hander. Has pitched in 4 games this season, a .385 earned run average, 1 save, 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. His last outing came in Brantford yesterday in the Cardinals' loss. Pitched 2 innings, allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 2. And we mentioned the Cardinals have had to use a lot of arms this weekend. Connor Corey, another one of them. So we'll see how he fares against the Majors. He'll have to deal with 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Gibson Krasminski, Champ Garner, and Tristan Osika. Now I apologize because when Corey was loosening up, read his name as Corey Connor on our sheet here, which is incorrect. It is Connor Corey. Gibson Krasminski strolls into the batter's box, 0 for 2 today. Flew out to center field and struck out swinging in his last trip. First pitch on the ground towards third base, and it gets bobbled there by the third baseman for the Cardinals, Ian Tomasi. So Gibson Krasminski will reach on that hard ground ball to third, and the Majors will bring the tying run to the plate once again in the form of Champ Garner. Now you wonder with Garner at the plate if there will be a bunt put on here. Though Garner does represent the tying run, there's good power coming up next. Error charge to Ian Tomasi at third. Garner steps out of the box and resets. Garner has executed some bunts already this season. Third baseman Ian Tomasi not playing too far in here. Pitch on its way. Garner squares, gets it down. It's popped up, but it's foul. 0-1. Had Ian Tomasi been playing a little further in, perhaps he could have caught it on that pop-up, though it would have been tough. It was drifting away from him. Gibson Krasminski over at first. Champ Garner at the plate. Ready for a big pitch coming up. We'll see if the bunt remains on. He squares again. Gets this one down, but foul again. So back-to-back foul bunts by Champ Garner. And he's behind 0-2, so we'll see what the Majors elect to do, whether they leave the bunt on or whether it gets taken off here. 0-2 count. Corey sets on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Garner not squaring that one in the hole. Going to be a tough play. Sliding stuff by the second baseman. Marriott throw to first in the dirt, and it's picked beautifully by Niles. What a play in the hole there by Zach Marriott. Getting Champ Garner over at first base. Garner does get Krasminski over to second in scoring position. And we've got a pinch hitter here for the Majors. That is number 97, Ty Mosher, coming into the ball game. So Osika, who is 2 for 3 today, has been lifted for Ty Mosher. Mosher batting .385 in his 6 games this season, 5 for 13. Has yet to drive home a run. Has a runner in scoring position. Playing in is the third baseman Ian Tomasi in case the Majors try a sacrifice bunt again here with Mosher at the plate. First pitch from Corey, not squaring as Mosher, takes the strike, 0-1. 0-1 count, 1 out. Here's the pitch, up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mosher still representing the tying run here for the Majors, with Krasminski in scoring position at second. The right-hander Corey deals. Breaking ball that spun away from him, and it's 2-1. Ian Tomasi still in over at third. Josh Niles, the first baseman, in as well, protecting against a potential bunt. The 2-1 to Mosher. Fouled off straight back at the screen, and it's 2-2. More action in the Cardinals bullpen. A lefty starting to get loose. 2-2 the count. Mosher ready in the left-handed batter's box as Corey looks in for the sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ty Mosher down swinging, and there's 2 away now in the bottom of the 7th. So a big spot. 2 out. Runner at second. Tying run at the plate for the Majors. And Starling Joseph will stroll in. Joseph has a goose egg in the hit column today. 0 for 3. A fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. Coming set, Corey. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Joseph lines that one straight to the screen. It is 0-1. Oh-1 count, 2 out. Joseph trying to do some damage here. Pitch coming. Finds the corner, 0-2. Crowd not happy with that call. Oh-2 count here. Connor Corey trying to put away Starling Joseph. The pitch, Joseph taps it right back to the mound. Corey makes the throw to first, and it is picked by Niles. The side is retired. So the Majors, Strand, Gibson, Krasminski over at second base. We're through 7 complete here from Labatt Park. Hamilton leads 5-3.
If there's guys on base, I'm trying to create the situation in my head. Corey Hunter taught me that. Create it in your mind, where you're throwing the ball, what you're doing in this situation. When it happens, you're just reacting. Defense, you can always make a play. You always have an opportunity. You never know what ball's going to get hit to you. It's always a good feeling when you're running down balls for your pitcher. You look forward to running balls and robbing home runs. Nothing more satisfying than making a dive play or a big play.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ithrow.ca.
We've got a pitching change here in this top of the 8th inning, brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing. And into the ball game is longtime London Major Braden Farrington. Now, I don't know how close we can get on Braden Farrington with this shot, but you see on our Game Day London mobile camera, Farrington actually rocking a clear glove in today's ball game. Now, here's the caveat. You will see a lot of blue in this clear glove because you don't want to see the pitch grip. Is he rocking the clear glove? No, I don't think he's using it. All that for nothing. Braden Farrington told me before the game today that if he gets in, he's using the clear glove, and he wants me to mention it. So I try to oblige, and he does not use the clear glove. So it's a green glove for Braden Farrington today. He's in the ball game, making his 5th appearance of the season. Has a .225 earned run average across 4 innings. 7 hits, 3 strikeouts. Has yet to walk a batter this year. A command first guy, not a big strikeout pitcher. Relies on weak contact. He's got 4, 5, and 6 in the Hamilton order. Luis Bernardo at the plate. That's off the plate outside for ball 1. Farrington's last outing was against the Barrie Baycats on Sunday. He got the win pitching in the 8th inning. Majors scored a whole bunch in the 9th to take the lead and win that contest. Swing and a miss from Bernardo there. 1-1. Farrington allowed 1 hit, struck out 2 batters in Barrie. 1-1 home, breaking ball. Bernardo in the air, on the infield. Cardoso saying he's got it, and he hauls this one in for the first out. So 1 gone here, and Dennis Debenning will step into the batter's box. Debenning is 0 for 3. A line out to left, a pop out to Cardoso at first, and a fly out to center. Here's the pitch, breaking ball. That one's scorched into left field. It's a base hit for Debenning. So he moves to 1 for 4 on the day after that base hit, and the Cardinals have a base runner here with 1 out in the 8th. Zach Marriott will step into the batter's box here for the Cardinals. Blooped a single in his last trip, has a ground out and a strikeout as well up to this point. All of that coming off of Jose Arias, of course. Continued left-handed action in the Cardinals bullpen. We may see a new arm in the bottom of the 8th, just as we did in the bottom of the 7th. Farrington sets and delivers. That one's scorched by Marriott, but he's way early on it. It's a foul ball. Hit it hard down the right field line, but foul. Majors down 2 here in the top of the 8th inning. Farrington trying to just keep the deficit where it's at and get the Majors back on the bats. The right-hander sets and will throw over to first. Back safely and easily is Dennis Debenning. Ty Mosher stays in the ball game at shortstop for Tristan Osika. Huge lead for Debenning, not running. Popped up, foul territory. And that one will get out of play. Dennis Debenning got way, way off the first base bag and was jumping around but did not run. 0-2 count here on Zach Marriott after a couple of foul balls. Debenning certainly tempted to steal. Farrington sets. Long hold, Debenning not running. Outside corner, called strike 3. Braden Farrington hits the target perfectly and gets Zach Marriott looking for the second out. So Josh Niles will step into the batter's box here for the Hamilton Cardinals. Niles is 1 for 3. Debenning over at first has 3 stolen bases, been caught once this year. He's been very jumpy over there since he got that base hit. Farrington the long hold. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, finds the zone for strike one to Niles. Farrington having a pretty solid start to the year for the Majors, trying to keep that up here in this 8th inning. Quick throw over. DeBenning was running. He took a step towards second, but is still able to get back in time. Wasn't exactly the A move from Braden Farrington. And that allows DeBenning to dive back safely, but likely on the run here. Setting is Farrington. Here's the pitch. Not moving Dennis DeBenning. That one's off the plate outside. Farrington sets. DeBenning the lead. Jumping around over at first, twitching a little bit. He's running. The pitch is up and in. Throw from DeOlio is just off the mark, and the runner will get in safely. Gibson Krasminski can't believe it. The throw was going into the runner. Krasminski is adamant he tagged him on the way by. But the result is a stolen base here. So runner at second, Dennis DeBenning, with Josh Niles the plate. Niles in a hitter's count at 2-1. Has a single today. Another one would drive home a run. Setting is Farrington. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Can't find the zone. 3-1. If Niles reaches, Koehler Loveridge is on deck. Three-one count here. Big pitch coming up for Farrington, trying to work his way back. Offering on its way. Breaking ball. Niles in the air. Foul territory. That one will get out of play. So the count is run full. Full count, 2 out. Dennis DeBenning over at second base in scoring position for Josh Niles. Farrington trying to end the inning right here. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball. Niles on the ground at third base. Victor Plaz gobbles it up. Throw to first. In time to get him. So Farrington allows the base hit to Dennis DeBenning and then a stolen base, but he strands him over at second. And that will do it for the visiting half of the 8th inning as we head to the bottom. Majors still down by a pair of runs. It's 5-3. Elsewhere in the IBL today, a busy day. As mentioned earlier, Barrie, the only team that's not playing this afternoon. Everybody else in action for Father's Day. Welland is up on Guelph 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Right now, the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers up big on the Kitchener Panthers, 8-2 in the top of the 6th. Sorry, bottom of the 8th between Guelph and Welland. 4-3 Welland. Chatham up 8-2 on Kitchener right now. The Barnstormers snapped their losing streak this week and are looking to build some momentum before coming into London on Tuesday. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are up 9-0 on the Brantford Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th at Christie Pitts. So that offensive onslaught continues for the Maple Leafs. We've got a pitching change here for the Hamilton Cardinals, brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing.
Hey, my name's Carolyn, and I'm a league member here at Throw London. What I love about Throw is the great community here. Everyone is really welcoming, really has a good time, and it's a great place for everyone.
If there's guys on base, I'm trying to create the situation in my head. Corey Hunter taught me that. Create it in your mind, where you're throwing the ball, what you're doing in this situation. When it happens, you're just reacting. Defense, you can always make a play. You always have an opportunity. You never know what ball's going to get hit to you. It's always a good feeling when you're running down balls for your pitcher. You look forward to running balls and robbing home runs. Nothing more satisfying than making a dive play or a big play.
New arm for the Hamilton Cardinals into the ball game is the left-hander Jacob Gadzik, 2000-born lefty who pitched in 5 games so far this year, 0-1 on the season, 360 earned run average in 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's in his 3rd IBL season, did not pitch last year for the Cardinals, but was with them in 2021 and 2022. His last outing, he took the loss against the Toronto Maple Leafs on June 7th. Allowed 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 2 batters. He'll face Caden Cardoso here to lead off the inning. Cardoso lines the first pitch he sees straight back at the screen. Gadzik pitched in that May 26th game here in London against the Majors for the Cardinals. Pitched a scoreless inning. Daniel Gore beginning to get loose in the London Majors bullpen. Could see him in the 9th. Here's the pitch. Cardoso in the air, left field. Slicing away from the left fielder. Chasing after it is Hicks, and it is well out of play. A foul ball. So 2 foul balls, and Caden Cardoso is behind in the count 0-2. Fans trying to get behind their Majors first baseman. Cardoso will be followed by Eduardo De Olio. And Gadzik will step off the rubber, wasn't quite ready to deliver that pitch. The way it lines up right now would be the bottom of the order in the 9th inning for the London Majors. We'll see if they can change that up with a couple of base hits in this frame. Gadzik readies. Here's the pitch. That one misses, and it's 1-2. Gadzik, a Hamilton native. 5'10", 185 on the rubber. Lefty kicks and delivers. Cardoso in the air, left field, shallow left field into foul territory, and that'll be caught there by the second baseman, Ian Tomasi. So a pop out in foul territory for Caden Cardoso, and there's one gone now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Eduardo De Olio will step into the batter's box. De Olio trying to find some success at the plate here in this ball game. 0 for 3. First pitch from Gadzik. De Olio takes low for ball 1. Majors need base runners. They trail by 2. At this time, 1 swing cannot tie the game. Here's the pitch. De Olio flares that one right field. It's going to get down, and it's going to roll for a base hit. Not much on that one from Eduardo De Olio, but he'll take it nonetheless. It's a single for the Majors catcher. And we'll see if we get a pinch runner here for De Olio or not. We will. So Eduardo De Olio's day is done. And that is Jared Lund coming in to pinch run for De Olio. So left-handed pitcher Jared Lund is on as a pinch runner. Byron Reichstein at the plate. He had a 2-run home run that got us to where we are now, back in the 6th inning. Made it 5-3. Gadzik sets, takes a breath, and delivers. Misses for ball 1. Drew Lawrence on deck. He came on as a pinch runner for Cleveland Brownlee. Staying in the ball game as the DH. Gadzik delivers here. In there for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Pardon me, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Lefty Gadzik looks in, peeks over at first. Here's the offering. That one misses. 2-1. Plan is clearly to work low to Byron Reichstein. Not throw him anything up in the zone that he can drive. Left arm dangling here for Gadzik. He sets. Takes a breath and delivers. Low for ball 3. So 3-1 to Reichstein. Lawrence on deck. Ball 4 chance. Raining down here at Labatt Park. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So now 2 on with 1 out, and we're going to get a mound visit here for the Hamilton Cardinals. At this stage of the game, there is no time to waste. Got to get out there and try to calm Jacob Gadzik down after missing in the same spot 4 times to Byron Reichstein. Drew Lawrence, the next scheduled hitter here for the Majors. He will be getting his first swings of this game. He took over after Cleveland Brownlee's double in the 6th inning. Mound visit still going here, and the home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm will walk out to break it up. So London scoring position at second base. Byron Reichstein after the walk. He stands over at first, and Drew Lawrence will step into the batter's box in a big spot. Lawrence hasn't seen action in a bit of time here for the Majors. Hitting .350 on the year, though. 7 for 20. Here's the pitch. Lawrence fouls that one straight back, 0-1. Tying run standing over at first base in the form of Byron Reichstein. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses. 1-1. Huge spot here for the Majors. Ready in the box is Lawrence. Peeking back at second is Gadzik. Offering on its way is high, 2-1. Action in the Hamilton bullpen just getting started here. There was nobody moving around for the first little bit, and now a right-hander throwing. Gadzik getting ready, and he steps off the rubber. Taking a breath on the mound is Gadzik. The 2-1 home. Inside corner, 2-2. Bernardo set up inside. Gadzik found his spot. One out here in the inning. Lund at second, Reichstein at first. Here's the pitch from Gadzik. Upstairs, Lawrence goes around, strike 3. A huge strikeout there for Jacob Gadzik, and he's got the second out of the bottom of the 8th inning. So now it'll be Victor Plaz. Chance at redemption here. He was not happy with the strike 3 call that he was rung up on at his last trip to the plate. He's got a big run standing over at second base, and even bigger run over at first. Here's the pitch. Plaz in the air, right center field. Chasing after it, the right fielder, DeBanning. He's under it, and he's got it. The inning is over. The Majors get 2 base runners in the frame, but leave them both stranded. Hamilton maintains their 5-3 lead as we head to the top of the 9th.
if there's guys on base, I'm trying to create the situation in my head. Corey Hunter taught me that. Create it in your mind, where you're throwing the ball, what you're doing in this situation. When it happens, you're just reacting. Defense, you can always make a play. You always have an opportunity. You never know what ball's going to get hit to you. It's always a good feeling when you're running down balls for your pitcher. You look forward to running balls and robbing home runs. Nothing more satisfying than making a diving play or a big play.
Hey, my name's Carolyn, and I'm a league member here at Throw London. What I love about Throw is the great community here. Everyone is really welcoming, really has a good time, and it's a great place for everyone.
Here in the top of the ninth inning, we've got a pitching change brought to you by Throw London, London's original knife throwing. Taking over on the mound for the London Majors is Daniel Gore. Gore this season has struggled his fair share. Pitched in 5 games, 2 of them starts, 8 1/3 innings overall. Has an earned run average of 1080 up to this point. 8 strikeouts, 8 walks, and that's really the column that has caused him the most issues, the base on balls. His last outing was against the Barrie Baycats, pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 run on 3 hits, and struck out a batter. Gore was also a member of the 2022 Majors team. Koehler Loveridge will step into the batter's box. Now, he was actually getting loose in the Hamilton bullpen last inning if Gadget couldn't get out of the jam. Staying in the ball game for the Majors behind the plate is Brad Verhoeven, getting into the ball game, not staying in. He takes the place of Jared Lund, who pinch ran for Eduardo De Olio. Into the windup goes Gore. Here's the 0-1 to Loveridge, off the plate outside, 1-1. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Cardinals here in this inning. Loveridge, Ian Tomasi, and Nicholson. Gore can't find the zone on that one either. 2-1. Into the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner, 2-2. Majors seem to have something pressing in the bottom of the 8th inning and then stranded 2 runners after getting a couple on with 1 out. Gore, a little hesitation in the windup. Here comes the 2-2 home. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Daniel Gore adds a little dipsy doodle and gets the strikeout for the first out here at the top of the 9th. So Ian Tomasi will stay in, or probably will step into the batter's box, I should say, for the 4th time today. 1 for 3. A double to drive home a run earlier today, and then a couple of flyouts since then. Gore rocks back and delivers. A breaking ball inside for ball 1. The 1-0. In the air. Hit well off the bat of Ian Tomasi to left field. Starling Joseph going back, looking up, and that ball is gone. A 9th inning home run for Cole Ian Tomasi, and the Hamilton Cardinals have extended their lead. It is 6-3. Quite possibly the worst case scenario for the London Majors. A home run there off the bat of Cole Ian Tomasi. And Hamilton is now up by 3. So 6-3 Hamilton, 1 out still in the 9th inning as Brandon Nicholson will step into the batter's box. Squares around to Bunt, pops this one up after it goes for Verhoeven, and he makes the catch. Great play by Brad Verhoeven, freshly into the ball game, bouncing out of the crouch and goes to haul in that pop fly as his pitcher Gore retrieves his mask and helmet. So Connor Hicks will step into the batter's box. 1 for 4 today. 6-3 Hamilton, the score in the top of the 9th inning. Glad you're with us on this Father's Day as the Majors try to hold the Cardinals where they're at in this 9th inning and get back on offense. Here's the pitch from Gore. Swing and a miss, strike one. Oh, 1 home. Off the plate outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two out. Gore into the windup. Here's the pitch. That one's low, 2-1. Two-one pitch. In the air, center field. To his right goes Champ Garner. He's got it, and that'll do it for the top of the 9th inning. But not before Cole Intomasi delivers a big blow to the Majors. A home run to left field to extend the Hamilton lead to 6-3. Majors have their work cut out for them here in the 9th inning. Jacob Gadjic will go back out there to the mound for the Hamilton Cardinals. It's been 9 days since Gadjic last threw, so he is fresh and ready for some innings. This season, he's not thrown a single outing over 1 inning. In 2022, he had several outings that were longer than an inning. So the lefty goes back out there, and he'll have to deal with 9, 1, and 2 in the Majors order. Gibson, Krasminski, Champ Garner, and Ty Mosher are the 3 that are due up here for the London Majors, and the goal is to just get runners on base because that's exactly what the Majors need. They're down 3 runs here late as the crowd gives a round of applause to the volunteers, staff, players, and everybody involved with this Majors team. Jacob Gadjic in his first inning of work back in the 8th inning. Faced 5 batters, 9 strikes, 8 balls, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, stranded 2 runners in a huge spot after the Majors got a pair aboard. Crowd trying to get behind their Majors here. As Krasminski, the switch hitter, will lead things off, batting from the right side for the first time today. There's a fan with the right idea. An umbrella that size will certainly keep you a little cooler than everybody else. Krasminski digging into the batter's box here. 0 for 3. A fly out to center field, a strikeout swinging, and a reach on error by the third baseman. Here's the pitch to Krasminski. Off the plate outside for ball 1. Krasminski and the Majors will surely be patient here to start this 9th inning. Trying to get on any way they can. One-0 home. Krasminski in the air, right center field. He's hit this one pretty well, but moving over is the center fielder Brandon Nicholson, who's got it and will make the catch for the first out. A little bit too much hang on that fly ball from Gibson Krasminski. So there's 1 out at the bottom of the 9th inning. Cardinals 2 outs away from snapping their 5-game losing streak. Majors trying to mount a comeback with 1 out in the 9th. Champ Garner into the batter's box, 0 for 4 today. Gadjic a breath off the mound. Here's the pitch. Inside corner for strike 1 to Garner. Struck out in his first 2 trips off of Corbin Peters, then popped out and grounded out. 0-1 from Gadzik. Breaking ball finds the zone 0-2. Oh and 2 the count here with one away in the ninth inning. Gadzik ready on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Garner lines that one straight back to the screen. And we'll try once more here on 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. On the ground towards first, right into the glove of Josh Niles, who will trot over to the bag himself and record the second out of this bottom of the ninth inning. So the Majors down to their last chance, and in will step Ty Mosher for the second time today. Mosher took over as a pinch hitter for Tristan Osika and struck out swinging. With a win today, the Cardinals will get back to 500 at 7-7. Breaking ball to Mosher in there for a strike, 0-1. Mosher took over in the 7th inning for Osika. Oh, 0-1 from Gadzik on the way. Mosher drives this one right center field. It's hanging up for Nicholson. Can he get there? And he misses it. It's past him. It will get down, and Mosher will reach. Would have been a stellar play to end the ball game, but it just gets past Brandon Nicholson, the center fielder. And so this inning and this ball game will continue. Starling Joseph steps into the batter's box here. Tying run is on deck in the form of Caden Cardoso if Joseph can extend this ball game here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Majors down to their final out. Gadzik ready's on the rubber. Here's the pitch to Joseph. Swing and a miss, strike one. Big swing from Starling, came up empty. Gadzik dangles the left arm as he looks in for the signs from his catcher. 0-1 count, here's the pitch. Joseph fouls that one off and it's 0-2. So the Majors down to their final strike here. 0-2 count, 2 out. Starling Joseph at the plate. Ty Mosher stands over at first. Jacob Gadzik trying to put London away and beat the Majors on this Pack the Park Sunday afternoon. Bernardo setting up high. Here's the pitch. Joseph gets to the high fastball and fouls it off. So we'll try again here. Gadzik trying to put away Joseph and end this ball game. The lefty sets and delivers in the dirt. That one skips away from Bernardo, but it's not far enough for Mosher to move up. So the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Home plate umpire Chris Wilhelm signaling that is not a mound visit. Bernardo recovering from that block there. 1-2 the count, 2 out. Mosher stands over at first. Starling Joseph at the plate trying to keep the Majors' hopes in this ball game alive. Gadzik sets, peeks over at first, kicks and delivers. Inside it hits Joseph. So Starling Joseph gets hit by the fastball, and that will bring up the tying run in the form of Caden Cardoso. You want drama? We got drama. Maple Leafs brought the tying run to the plate a couple of times on Friday night. Majors in the bottom of the ninth have the tying run at the plate in the form of Caden Cardoso. Cardoso on the day is 2 for 4. Had a bloop double, had a bloop single. Has not hit the ball overly hard today. First pitch, Cardoso, center field. Nicholson tracking back, still going back at the wall, and he hauls it in to end the ball game. Caden Cardoso gave it a ride to deep center field, but Brandon Nicholson is able to haul it in. He makes the catch, and the ball game is over. An exciting one for the Cardinals here today. They hold on to win by a score of 6-3. We'll take a quick break and be right back for final thoughts. You're watching Hamilton and London on Majors TV.
When you need a night out, Throw London is on point. With an atmosphere that's a cut above, Throw London brings together the best in knife throwing, axe throwing, and darts. So it's the perfect spot for a date night, night out with friends, leagues, and team building for the office. You've got to be 13 or older to throw pointy objects and 19 plus to enjoy their fully licensed offerings. It's the best spot in London for some fun with an edge. London's original knife throwing. Check them out at 2190 Dundas Street East and online at ithrow.ca. That's ITHROW.ca.
Back here at Labatt Memorial Park as we welcome you inside the Game Day London broadcast booth. Dylan Baker with you for the call here this afternoon. A tough one for the London Majors. Jose Arias gives up 5 across 7 innings, and the Majors can't quite come back. They had a big 6th inning where they scored 3 runs, thanks in part to a 2-run home run from Byron Reichstein. But the big theme today for the Majors was not capitalizing on their chances with runners in scoring position. Numerous times today they had an opportunity to drive home some runs, whether it would have been the tying run or just a couple to chip away. And they were unable to do so in this contest, and that is a big reason that they fell to the Cardinals this afternoon. A stellar pitching performance by Hamilton has them snap their 5-game losing streak and walk away with a win here on this Sunday afternoon. We're back in action on Tuesday night when the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers come to town for the makeup date of the June 2nd rainout. Ty White and I will have the call here on Majors TV. For director Clint Householder and producer Keegan MacArthur, the rest of our Majors TV crew, my name is Dylan Baker. Happy Father's Day, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday.